Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of NASCAR 21 Ignition on the channel. We've got a fun one for you guys here today as it marks the halfway point of the custom schedule season, race number 18 of 36 on the year at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400. Before we get into this race, first and foremost, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We do full race live commentary, realistic commentary, live streams, both real races with races on video games, both past and present, and much more NASCAR content on the way. As of tonight, my game crashed after I qualified, so I'm just going to be starting at the rear. It also randomized qualifying because I just kind of hopped back into it and simulated qualifying instead of actually running through it. So it shook the running order quite a bit. Kevin Harvick and William Byron were originally supposed to start on the front row. Now Quinn Houff is on the pole. I don't... oh my... And not only that, Justin Haley's third, Joey Gase is fourth, Cody Ware is sixth, Michael McDowell, Corey LaJoie in row 5. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to see how this one goes during this one. Again, though, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. If you are just tuning in and you may have watched last night's race or did not watch last night's race, we had a great Coca-Cola 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway until the last 30 laps of the race. The reason why I say that is because we ended up getting in an accident. There were a couple lap cars right in front of us off the exit turn 4 and made the late dive into the pits. We had no clue that they were pitting. We drilled the right rear quarter panel of one of them. I think it was Joey Gase. I know it was one of the Rick Ware cars. If it wasn't Gase, it was Josh Balicki. But anyway, we nailed him, and we had Noah Gragson in the 62 on our outside. So as soon as we hit him, we turned straight up the racetrack into Gragson, T-boned ourselves into the outside wall, blowing a tire, and then spinning down into the AstroTurf in the infield. We got stuck. Caution luckily came out before we went a lap down, so we were scored in 5th, went to pit under the yellow. It did not pit us for whatever reason, and on top of it not pitting us, we ended up having to ride around on a blown right front tire back to the pit lane a lap after the green flag waved. So we went from on the lead lap in 5th. And mind you, when we wrecked, we were leading. Regardless of the fact, we fell back to 5th. Worst case scenario on the restart, I was like, okay, we finished 5th, we're last on the lead lap. You know, at least we get a top 5. Well, then, again, with the game keeping us with the flat tire on the restart for whatever reason, it's like, okay, we can still pit, and we can still get a top 10 considering we're a couple laps ahead of the 11th and 12th place drivers. So even if I would have lost 2 laps in the pits, which I probably would have, repairing the damage for the right front tire and obviously coasting it back into the pits, no big deal. We go into the pit lane. It did not pit us. For whatever reason again, so we came out the other end of the pit lane. We had to do another lap. In the process of doing another lap, I drifted into oncoming traffic because I could not get the car to turn with the flat right front tire. It black flagged us for wrecking the field, even though, like, well, we kind of like LePaged the field, but it was accidentally, of course, because I was only going like 60 miles an hour just to keep the car to the left, and it was wanting to drift right with the blown right front tire. So unfortunately, we ended up finishing in the 25th position with the DNF last night. Your race winner in the Coca-Cola 600 was Denny Hamlin, getting his 3rd win of the season. Now only 1 win behind Christopher Bell for the most wins this year. A couple drivers with 2 wins on the year of Chase Elliott with wins at Martinsville and then at the Daytona Road Course as well. And then wins at Pocono and the Daytona Oval for Austin Dillon. Coming into this race today, he also is sitting in a pretty good spot, obviously, with those 2 wins as far as the playoff points go. Again, Bell's got 4 wins. Hamlin's got 3. 2 Crown Jewel wins for Hamlin, winning the Daytona 500, now the Coke 600. He was in 3rd place after we had DNF, so at least Hamlin winning the race. It wouldn't have been out of the ordinary, especially with those last 2 restarts. You know, maybe he could have actually gotten to the lead. Drivers with 1 win on the season so far. Joey Logano with a win at Kansas. Tyler Reddick with a win in the throwback race at Darlington. Kyle Busch with a win at Nashville. William Byron with a win at Dover. Martin Truex Jr. with a win at Dirt Bristol. And then Cody Ware got the upset win at Coda due to running out of fuel in the first 18 laps of that race, and then the randomization of the finishing order led to Cody Ware winning that one. So That is all the different winners so far this season. 10 different winners through the first 17 races. Still 9 races to go until the playoffs. 8 after tonight. And without further ado, let's hop in to the starting lineup again for this race. On the front row will be Quinn Half and Ross Chastain after the randomization of the qualifying order. Justin Haley and Joey Gase will be in row number 2. Ryan Blaney and Cody Ware in row number 3. Tris Busher and Brad Keselowski will be in row number 4. Brad Keselowski still looking for his first win of the season, trying to lock himself into the playoffs. Michael McDowell and Corey LaJoie will be in row 5. McDowell was looking like he was going to get a top 10. Randomization of the finishing order after our DNF at the end, unfortunately, did not go well for him like it did for some other drivers who did have a good night. McDowell was looking like he was going to get his 4th straight top 10 finish. Unfortunately, he, despite running 7th through 10th the entire night, was not able to do that. I think he finished about 16th or 17th on the grid, but we'll see if he can bounce back on another mile and a half today. All right, let's get this race underway, ladies and gentlemen. Enough waiting, enough talking, as this race is about to begin. Ashton G, Joshua Rumsey, John, Mikey Boy, welcome to the stream. First people into the chat. So thanks for that. 400 miles, 267 laps on tap at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway in the Pennzoil 400. Green flag is in the air, and we're underway. Second straight mile-and-a-half race with this 550 package, and that is the first time this season. Overcast sky, 74 degrees for this afternoon's event. Almost looks like rain in the area with the overcast skies. And a new paint scheme for Christopher Bell this season. That Craftsman paint scheme on board. Definitely did not get a good jump off the initial start. Look at the backpack almost falling behind the lead pack after the opening lap of the race as well. We'll see if Bell can catch the rear of the field here. That's kind of interesting that he is dropped 2.5 seconds behind the next closest car, James Davidson at 39th after the opening lap. Not really much you can do here. It's flat out, full throttle all the way around with this 550 package. There is multiple grooves and a little bit of a rough racetrack at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, so tire wear will be a bit of importance. But again, as we found out, especially last night with the Coca-Cola 600, the AI pit about halfway through a fuel run on the 550 ovals. So we'll have to look out for when they're exactly going to pit here in this one. But Christopher Bell is just losing the back of the pack right now, and I'm not sure why. Running about 165 miles an hour into turn 3. Is that accurate? Are we running like super slow for some reason? Let me know down in the chat for anybody who's raced at Las Vegas in NASCAR 21 Ignition if I'm running correct speeds right now. Because I seem like really off the pace for some reason. Like really off the pace. I feel like I should be running like 180 going into the corner. Speed glitch? Is it actually a speed glitch though, or? I'm a little confused at what's going on, honestly. Like we are just, I mean, we're like 8 seconds off the lead, or 8 seconds off of 39th already, and it's only lap 5. And something's not right here. I mean, it's full throttle all the way around this track anyway, that's correct. But why are we so far off the pace? I was not this slow in the career mode when I don't know if I want to restart it. I'm really confused at why we're just losing a bunch of time right now. I mean, I can't even see the back of the field anymore. Down to the apron, into the tri-oval. Bad motor. Yeah, but it's got to be a glitch with this game. So my game crashed after qualifying, so I just kind of hopped right back in again. But even when I did like a practice race, it was not this slow. I don't know if the speeds were the same. I didn't really pay attention to the speedometer, but I was keeping up with the pack. And now I'm like 10 seconds back. Yeah, we gotta restart or something here. I don't like restarting, but something's not right with this game right now. Like, there is no reason I should be running that slow. I'm just going to test it real quick. Sorry for wasting your guys' time right now, but this is ridiculous. I did a practice, like, a 5-lap race just to make sure everything was working right. Made a green flag pit stop. All that was working right. And I was not that, like, why was the field so fast right there? AP Sports Dark Crypto as well. Welcome to the stream. So if the speed's correct, the AI, something's not right with the AI or something then. I want to see if it can actually keep up this time around. 14 people watching right now. Hit that like button, everybody. We're gonna get into this race eventually here. There was some issue, of course, with the game. No surprise. Skip the introduction. Gonna listen to this a couple times. I think it depends on the team you sign with, I guess. Well, we're not in the career mode though. This is the race now mode on this game, but let me look at the settings real quick. So I run expert difficulty on the super speedways, but every other track I run champion difficulty. No, not that. It's just level cut. Yeah, I mean, all that's off. Just making sure. At least the starting lineup is not what it was before, so that could help. Well, I mean, this is just a 2% race anyway. I just want to see if it's working again. I might have to restart the PS4 again. Because everything was working fine until my game crashed. Then a little bit of a checkup there. See if I can keep up with these guys now. No idea what I'm talking about, but I have to agree with you. What the heck, man? I mean, it's alright if we fall like a second back and then try to pick it, back up again, so be it. I just don't want to, like, I was losing like 2 seconds a lap, though. Like, if they just continue to pull away, something's not right. Trying to test this out real quick. Should have probably made it 10 laps instead of 5 just to see if I could actually like close in on them at all after like 10 laps, but I mean, I'm still losing time. Why am I so slow?
Just 3 more laps.
Skip the race. I'm just trying to figure out why I'm losing time. The setup is wrong. No, you can't do anything with the setup though. Like there's no custom setups in this game. Like I have it on stable, and I'm running full throttle because that's all you can do on the 550 tracks anyway. I've raced at this track in this very race on the career mode, and I had no issues. And ran competitively nonetheless. You guys haven't seen it yet because it hasn't been uploaded, but I mean, I'm losing like 2 seconds a lap. GGR gave me the wrong entry. Like, I just feel slow, though. I feel like I should be going faster than 167. Because I feel like other mile and a halves, I've been hitting like 180 going into the corners. I might need to restart the game. Wreck the field. Oh my goodness. Now I gotta do some research here. Another stream being delayed. What are the odds? Alright. So, So I'm trying to find, nope, that's not it. Trying to find some other gameplay of Las Vegas. Yeah, that's what I thought. Something's just not right with my game. I'm like 10 miles per hour slower. I'm watching Radman's career mode gameplay, and at Las Vegas, he's hitting about 180 going into the corners. So something's just like not right with the game after it crashed. Just gonna turn the PS4 off for a couple seconds and then turn it back on again. See if that maybe resets the game. Yeah, because I was not that slow. I qualified like mid-pack. Originally, I was like, I'll just start at the rear. Whatever. Probably better off that way instead of getting wrecked by the field on the opening lap. But I mean, yeah, he's going a lot faster than what I was. Granted, he's in the draft. Let me try to find a spot where he is by himself. See if he's still running the same speeds. Yeah, I mean, what? I was topping off at like 167 going into turn 1. He's hitting 178 by himself. About 180 in the draft. 181. Make the car looser. Radman is good. No, I was just looking to see like what the speed should be. Because we were like 10 miles an hour slower than what I was in qualifying. And that's why we were losing 2 seconds a lap. I don't know what was going on with the game that it wasn't allowing me to. Like I said, the game crashed, and that's why we went live late because the game crashed right before I was going to go live, and then. No, whatever. Now we're having to restart everything here. Make sure I mute it for when I start the game so I don't get copyrighted. All right. Let's see if it works this time. Somebody's jamming out there. Heard a car roll past and could hear the music from my room upstairs. I'm not going to say I haven't done anything like that before, but boot this bad boy up again and see how it goes. Exactly. Can't skip the intro, so. Boy. We have not had great luck with this game over the last 24 hours. We meaning me. You guys have just had to suffer through it with me, though. That's why I say we. We're all in this together. You should do a Kevin LePage. Well, we kind of did that last night when we had that blown right front tire after the caution. What kind of music was it? I couldn't really tell. It wasn't like clear enough. It seemed kind of mellow. It wasn't like there was like a heavy bass or anything going. All right. Third time's the charm. I'm just going to set it to 100%. 100%. Overcast skies. 74 degrees. NASCAR rules on. Last place position. All right, that's good to go. Let me just make sure all the assists and everything are off just in case. I always check the settings because I just feel like this game changes stuff when I'm not on it. Nope, everything's good. All right, let's try again. Could be worse, Keegan. It definitely could be worse. It could be like last night. Well, we could still get to that point. That was a 600-mile race too. That was the worst. Like that was the worst race that could have happened in that late in the going. The longest race, we were literally racing for 3.5 hours before that happened. That glitch with like 30 laps to go. We were on pace for that being the longest race of the season too. Or not the longest race of longest race of the season, but the longest race ever on the channel. It would have been really, really close to 3 hours and 46 minutes. Really close. I remember NASCAR Chase for the Cup. We were like, weren't we like 2 or 3 minutes off or something like that? We were really close to breaking the record from Heat 4, but didn't quite get there. Could run NASCAR Chase for the Cup. Could. I'd have to practice and everything, though. That's the only problem. I got work tomorrow, so I don't want to start that too late. I can skip this. I don't know what I'm doing. There's the new potential starting lineup. Austin Dillon's on the pole. A lot better, at least top 8. Still got Cody Ware in the top 10 there. 10th place, Corey LaJoie in 9th. But outside of that, though, not bad. Christopher Bell starting last. We'll see what we'll do here. I gotta turn the volume up here for a second. All right. See if it works. Take 3. Green flag in the air at Las Vegas. We'll know by the time we get back to the tri-oval if everything's running smoothly or not. We get a look at the speedometer. Christopher Bell definitely doesn't have the takeoff speed, though, whatever the case is. Making his way into turns 3 and 4, still getting up to speed. Why is my game broken? Why am I not going fast anymore? I'm still only getting to like 167. I am not understanding why I'm so slow. It's ridiculous. Could be traction control. I don't have traction control on. I don't think I did. I'll go back and look, but I'm pretty sure I had everything off. We were running fine at Charlotte last night before we had that glitch. Spin recovery. Yeah, see, traction control's off. 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 I always have ABS on with this game. Off, off, off. Champion, as always, except for the super speedways, is on expert. Manual. I mean, all the settings are the same. I don't understand what's not working. Steering assist. Yeah, it's not steering assist. I mean, everything's off. It was literally working like 3 minutes before I went live, but then the game crashed. And now it's not working after I tried to reboot it twice. Once before the stream and now once during the stream. Quitting NASCAR 21 ignition. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why I'm just like down 10 miles an hour on the straightaways. Is there an update? I didn't check to see if PS4 had an update today. Maybe that'll help. I doubt it. Check for update. You have the latest. That ain't it. Gonna try messing with the Cody Underwear swapped your engine out with his. Yeah, that's why he's in the top 10. 20 people watching right now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Sorry for the delay for the stream, but for whatever reason, the game crashed on me like literally, I mean, it was like 6:12 when it crashed, so literally like 3 minutes before we were supposed to go live. So I had to restart the application. And now ever since I went back in, I'm running like 10 miles an hour slower. For whatever reason. I haven't tried another track yet. I'm gonna try messing with the dead zone real quick.
Alex Hayden here, welcoming you to Las Vegas.
See if that might work.
For the Pennzoil 400, presented by Jiffy Lube. This is a high-speed mile-and-a-half track located right next to Nellis Air Force Base, just north of the Las Vegas.
All right, let's check the dead zone here. I'll try to move it back. Whoops. Yep. All right. Maybe it's the weather. I doubt it. I'm gonna move it back. I'm still testing everything. Once I get it to work, then I'm gonna restart the race and actually like legitimately run it. But until I like get this fixed, I'm holding off for now. What is going on with the car? It's like on the gas automatically. Yeah. Is it killed? Alright, now let me try to move it back. Whoa. See if that did anything. I'm trying everything I can with the bugs in this game, guys. It might not look like I know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm doing. Alright. Leave the stream, come back. The Keegan / Christopher Bell's crashed. Yeah, I turned the dead zone all the way up, and it's like on the throttle for you. And for whatever reason, the car just spun out on top of it. Put on halfway, there's like nothing. Turn it all the way down. Save. Resume. I just want to get up to speed again. Come on. All we gotta do is get up to, you know, well, by ourselves, like 175, 177, 178, somewhere around there. We'll be competitive. But I don't know why the cars... I have no clue. No clue why the car is doing this. The only other thing I can do is try going to a different track, a different 1.5 miles, and seeing if I'm having the same issue. And then try go back to Vegas after the fact. I'm going to change the weather, too. Change everything. Just throw it at Kansas. Probably the closest thing to Vegas. So we'll throw it at Kansas. Change the race length. We'll change the weather completely. NASCAR LOL, welcome to the stream. Trevor Lawrence just met Aaron. What do you mean just met him? Like in person? I don't know what you meant by that. Aaron Donald is a very, very big human being. Just a massive mountain of a man. John Machier, welcome to the stream. Machier. I keep saying air. Sorry for that. It's probably Machier. No Bushyman. Cheers for you for keeping up on this after the Coach 600 debacle. Yeah, I'm trying, and we're having a debacle again tonight too. Unfortunately, I just want to. Okay, so we've changed everything but the paint scheme itself. Maybe I have to do that next. Maybe I should have went with a completely different driver, too, to see if that was going to work. All right. Let's see if we can just get up to speed. That's all I want. I just hope everything clicks, that we can get up to speed. There we go. So far, so good. I'm not going to speak too soon, actually. We're definitely getting a little bit faster. About 170. Let's get to the front stretch. No, it's still about the same. Why is this? Why am I going so slow? It's just the speedometer. It's like I'm 10 miles per hour off. What does that SC mean? Does anybody know? Like, look at the RPMs, too. Like, my RPMs should be cranking about 8,000. I'm missing a couple hundred RPM. The SC at the bottom is kind of blinking blue. I have no clue what that means exactly. If anybody can let me know down in the chat. Help me out so we can get this race going tonight. Hopefully. I have no clue what the SC means. So it's like this at every track for some reason. I haven't changed the driver. Let's just test it as Blaney. Normal scheme. Let's go to Daytona. Search up FC got safety car. That doesn't stability control. So why am I having stability control issues? So that would make sense why I'm slow, but everything's turned off. So I don't understand, unless that's the ABS, but like I always have that on. Let me try like turning the assist on real quick and see if for whatever reason I get up to speed. Go automatic. Just turn everything. Just turn everything on. Start from the pole. Try to go at the front of the field. Safety car's out when it's not supposed to be. It's not even called safety car in NASCAR, though. Pace car? We have had a pace car glitch before. Well, one of these days. We'll get to the bottom of this. I have a feeling. I've had an issue with this before, but I can't remember how I fixed it. I think it just kind of fixed on its own. To be completely honest. I keep sitting through the intros by accident. Get sidetracked. Alright, let's go. Let's race. I just want to get this figured out. That guy does not look like Todd Gordon, just throwing that out there. Please work. Please work. Just get up to speed, please. That's all I ask. Get up to speed.
Good job. Go give me one more. One left. Got the speed. Now get at it. All clear. Stay right. Clear, clear, clear.
You're getting passed right now, but
Keep moving forward.
top in the draft.
One left. Stay high. All clear. Free wide. You're up top.
Woo!
Stay right. Two inside. You're
Ugh.
free wide.
Stuck on the outside. I want to get back down to the bottom and actually see if it's working.
All right, hold your line. Clear.
185. There we go. Oh. Almost turned the 34. Now I'm on the bottom.
Stay right. Stay right. Clear, clear.
Car's just slow.
Free wide middle. Got one left. Got one left.
Someone's gonna join the stream and see that you're at Vegas. Instead of Las Vegas. Yeah,
Clear, clear, clear.
we're just trying to figure this out, guys. I hate if there's like new people coming in. Like, what is this guy even doing? Off. Off. Manual. Off. What? Do you guys hear that? He said pace car's coming towards pit road. We haven't even started the race. That was odd. Oh, what's going on? Well, I'm not doing anything. I didn't even touch anything. Everybody stopped and I kept going forward. Roll me over. We still going? I think we're all right now. Did I fix it? I don't think I fixed it. They're piled up. How did they wreck? How did everybody else wreck? This thing's killed. Did I fix it now? What was that? I mean, the car just turned straight left off the start. Everybody behind me was checking up, and we were just like on the gas, and I couldn't do anything. I just hope I fixed it. And then somehow everybody crashed going like 5 miles an hour, and I don't understand how. They gonna slow down again? Nope. They did not slow down. I don't know if I'm fixed or not. I don't think I'm fixed. Why am I so slow? Why? Every track. Look at this. We can't even break 185 miles an hour. Like, I don't understand why the game's not working all of a sudden. I've tried completely turning the game off. I've tried closing the application, keeping the PS4 on. I've tried just completely turning the PS4 off. I've tried restarting it. We are just slow on normal speed every track we go to. We're like 10 miles an hour off the pace. Literally, it's exactly 10 miles per hour off the pace on every track. 1.5 miles, super speedway. The RPMs aren't even cranking 8,000. Like, I just don't understand what's going on with the game right now. Something's wrong with the gear ratio. No, something's wrong with the game. Until the game crashed, the only thing I can think of is I need to get the game to crash again. And maybe that will work. Maybe it'll like somehow reset itself. I don't know how I do that. It's worth a try. I got an idea. I know Daytona Night doesn't work in this game. Let's go Daytona Night. Take the disc out. I don't have the disc. If I had the digital copy, or the physical copy, I'd do it. I only have the digital copy. Drive backwards into oncoming traffic and crash the game. Does that? If that crashes the game, I will do it. Does anybody know legitimate ways to purposely crash this game? Are you guys just saying wreck the whole field, or does that actually like make the game crash? We need the game to crash again, and then hopefully it resets itself. That's the only thing I can think of. It can crash the game.
Welcome to the Daytona International
But we need,
Speedway,
like,
the regular season
something
finale.
guaranteed.
I'm Alex Hayden, and this race will finalize our 16-car field for the NASCAR Cup Series.
I know there's a glitch. There's a speed glitch at Daytona night every time we tried to run it. So I'm going to guess that we're going to have that speed glitch after a couple laps. The problem is I don't have the speed itself to try and stay ahead of the pack. Yeah, that... Screw it. How did I get turned back in the right direction? They're still just... Yeah, just stay on the gas, everybody. Well, that's not what I intended on doing. Everybody is,
You're going the wrong way. How about you try turning around? You're going the wrong way.
The car's wanting to pull to the right. Is that normal? I can't even go backwards. I cannot go backwards. The game isn't even letting me crash the game. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, hit me again. Let's keep hitting me. Just park it right here because they're not going to brake for me. Yeah, there we go. Let's get some barrel rolls. Yeah. Ooh, that was a good one. I'm stuck in the grass. Yeah, I'm stuck. I can't go anywhere. Switch the controller. I haven't done that yet. Oh my goodness. Austin YT5, welcome to the stream. I mean, this is just ridiculous. Like, we're just trying to literally crash the game now to get whatever it did after it crashed the last time. I didn't even, like, do anything. The game just, like, crashed on its own. I was sitting after qualifying for 3 minutes waiting for the stream. Gonna be slower than the pack. If I stay in front of him, again, I know we're gonna get a speed glitch. Not gonna be able to stay in front of everybody, but I know for a fact a speed glitch will happen. And it's just insane in the draft. We are in the draft now. We're actually gaining speed. Not enough, though. 188. Oh, there he goes. I was waiting for that. Nobody else wrecked. One other car. 2 other cars wrecked. That was it. Well, that's what I wanted. It didn't crash the game.
We're going to get disqualified.
Serious patches needed for this game. I just want my game to work. My game's not working anymore. Like, I mean, it didn't really work that well before. Definitely not working now. Here we go. Oh. Oh, yeah. That didn't do it. Somebody hit me. I'm stuck. Yep, stuck. Oh, there we go. Just gonna sit right here. Oh!
Hey, we need to be going the other way. Got one left. All clear.
Come on, just crash the game, please.
Got one right.
My only hope.
Clear all around.
Oh, we got a couple other cars coming. Car's pulling to the left. Oh my god, what's going on back there?
Clear all around.
Can't keep the car up on the banking. Oh my goodness. Like, they just don't check up at all. And we're stuck in the grass. This is not working. This is not working at all. That was a terrible idea. Go-Kart King. Mega LOL Bot 21. Welcome to the stream, guys. Ethan, welcome. Oh my goodness. If I race online, am I still slow? What is this? I've never played online in this game. Bump and run or shake and bake. Shake and bake. Do we have to run as Quinn Half? The game crashed, and every track I go to, we're 10 miles an hour slow. We were supposed to do a full race live stream at Vegas. I was fast in qualifying. But now, for whatever reason, after the game crashed right before the live stream started, at every track I go to, I'm literally 10 miles an hour slow. What I mean by that is, like, I mean, it's right as I say. We're supposed to top out at about 180 miles an hour on, like, say, the mile-and-a-half intermediate tracks going into turn 1. I'm not even hitting 170. Daytona, in the draft, I can't even get above 188. Like, it's... Something is wrong with the speed right now that it's just... The heck? This is weird. This is really weird how they sort all this. I'm just seeing if I'm going to be slow online, too. It's the only reason I'm doing this. Only reason I'm doing any of this. I'm just trying to fix the game. All I want to do is just fix this. That's all I want. Pocono. Well, it's a 550 track. Let's try it. I mean, if everybody's just going to pull away from me, then I don't know what to do. On the bright side, it's only 7:13. Eastern Standard Time. We may have to do some trivia tonight if we can't get this going by 8 o'clock. That's like our cutoff time. If we can't get the race started by 8, then we are not racing tonight. I just don't understand like what happened that the game crashed. Or will Quinn Houff race next year? I don't think he'll be in the Cup Series. I feel like every time I'm watching your streams, Joshua is always watching the stream. Oh, hey, there you go. Yeah, he's a regular. He pops in all the time. No, lost connection to the server. That's nice. How? I don't think I lost connection to the server. I think the game's broken. There's no way I lost connection to the server. I have Spectrum 5G. Thank you very much. I don't lose connection to the server. So the game... Am I, like, does the game suspect that I'm, like, slow? And that something's wrong with my game personally? That's why it's not letting me race online? Because that's the only thing I could think of. Well, this game's never going to be fixed, so... Not to the way I would like. They may fix the little details, but... Maybe big details, but... They're not going to fix every single one, though. I can all but guarantee it. I got a friend request? Who friended me? Nobody. That's a lie. Alright. There's gotta be something I can do. Like, why is my game broken? Upload. I don't know. I'm doing everything I can right now. Should get PS5 for this game. For this? That sounds like a waste of money to me. Try turning it off and turn it back on again. I'll try using my other controller too. Somebody did mention that also. I even unplugged my PlayStation from the wall and plugged it back in. I don't know. I'm like losing my mind over just trying to fix this game. All the glitches we've had, this is... Who do I donate? You mean how do you donate? Oh, yeah. You hit the dollar sign. There's a dollar sign at the bottom. There's a smiley face for emojis. There's a dollar sign. That's to donate. And then there's a create a poll. Well, that might only be for me, actually. I know you guys get the dollar sign. Now that I think about it, I don't know if you get the custom emojis and the creative. I don't think you guys get the creative poll. That wouldn't make any sense. You gotta plug the PS4 from the wall. Now it's serious, yeah. About to unplug it while it's actually... No, I'm not gonna do that. That's the next thing to do. That'll get the game to crash. Just unplug the PlayStation from the wall while the game's loading or something. That might fix it. It also might break my PS4. It's gonna do one or the other. It's a risk versus reward kind of thing. Oh man, I gotta mute this. That just reminded me. There we go. There we go. I think something is just wrong with the game for everyone playing it, because you play it in the same track and it's only crashing. You mean like the game itself is crashing? Let me check the Twitter real quick. Hang on. Let me check Twitter, see if like this is a universal thing that's going on with the game right now. It's weird that it didn't happen before, but it's happening now. I mean, if that's the case, then I guess I know for a fact we can move on. Good thing I didn't release that weekly streaming schedule like I always do. Nope. 5 days ago, still is the last tweet from NASCAR 21 Ignition on their Twitter page. We're still finalizing our next patch, however, have been able to update our servers to support quote-unquote ghosting in online multiplayer. Any cars that slow, stop, or traveling backwards on the track will have the collision turned off. This update will be live on all platforms. Is that what the next patch is? Is that all the next patch is? Because if that's like what I'm waiting on right now, that does not fix anything. I haven't even played online. The one time I actually tried just a couple minutes ago, it wouldn't let me because my game's broken. I just want my game to work. Turn the AI down to veteran real quick. I'm just trying to test this. I'm trying to do everything I can and just get the game to work, please. Go back to Christopher Bell. We're going to go back to Las Vegas. We're going to go back to 74 degrees. Overcast skies. 100%. Just going to go last place position again just so I don't get ran over if I, whether I know or not, I'm going to be up to speed. I have a PS4. I really do appreciate the support that you guys are giving me right now. We have had like 15 to 20 people watching the stream, and we haven't even gotten a single lap in yet. And we've been live for over an hour. Greatly appreciate. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. I know we're struggling right now, but hopefully if we can get the race in tonight, if we can race tonight, though, you will see the live commentary, the realistic commentary, as always on the channel. But just trying to get the game to work right now. It all started with the end of the Coke 600 last night. That's where it all started. We'll skip. All right, let's get to the racetrack. I just hope the speed glitch stops right now. Come on. I mean, we're on veterans, so, like, if they're still pulling away from us, then obviously something's wrong with my game. We'll know when we get up to speed, if we get up to speed. Come on, car. Come on, car. Come on, keep climbing. Keep climbing, 170. That's as fast as we have been in a while. I think it's working, guys. I feel so happy right now. Let's go! We got it to work. I unplugged the PlayStation from the wall, and it actually is working. 177, 178. It is finally working. Kickstart my crew. Welcome to the stream. It is working. It's a miracle. Now I just got to turn all the settings back, and hopefully it still works. Do I like this game? Hell no. That's all right. Wait, no. I don't want to wreck too much. We do not need the game to crash again. I think I fixed it. In all seriousness, though, I mean, the game is obviously having some major flaws that we can't even race tonight, so... Again, outside of the bugs and glitches, the game's not bad, but the bugs and glitches are so bad, that's why I don't recommend the game. Not until everything gets fixed with the bugs and glitches. I personally don't think everything will get fixed. I think some, maybe most of it will get fixed, but it's going to take a while. It's just kind of my personal opinion on it. All right. We may have some racing. Now, if it just works this time around, we'll be good. What did I... Hang on. I wasn't really paying attention. What did I put the settings to? Champion. Yep, everything else is off. Alright, so my usual settings are on there. All these settings I don't have to change because I had the right one. So starting from the rear, hopefully everything works this time. I think there's going to be paint schemes. They did add more paint schemes with the latest DLC. I didn't get them for a couple days for whatever reason, but I got them as of yesterday, and we ran the Irwin Tools paint scheme with Christopher Bell. This is the first time we're going to run this Craftsman scheme this year. I do like this Craftsman. Honestly, all 4 Bell schemes in this game, I really do like them. Even the rain paint scheme, which is kind of basic, and he ran it in the Xfinity series for a little bit. Had it with Levine Family Racing last year, but I like it. Not bad.
Alex Hayden here, welcoming you to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400, presented by Jiffy Lube.
People saying the game doesn't work. Well, I mean, we'll see. Take a look at the starting lineup. Very quick glance at it. Alex Bowman's going to be starting on the pole if we can get this race. This is the final track. If the race, if this does not work, even though it just worked, if for whatever reason it's not working again, we're going to do trivia. But I really do have high hopes that it's going to work. I think I finally fixed it. I just had to unplug my PS4. Not while it was on, but unplug the PS4 and for whatever reason, everything reset. Christopher Bell starting from the rear. Even though we qualified mid-pack, we'll start from the back after all the game glitches and trying to fix the game and everything. 400 miles, 267 laps after an hour and 15-minute delay from the start of the race. The green flag and the Pennzoil 400 is upon us, and we are racing at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I want to see you guys cheering down in the chat below that we finally have the race upon us here today. And now, how is everybody going to race in this one, and how aggressive will they be right out of the gate? There you see Christopher Bell definitely already up to speed in turns 3 and 4. So this is it. You see Bell at the back of the pack. He's hanging on to the pack. 180 miles an hour right now. Over 180 miles an hour on turn 1 corner entry. 2 and 3 wide in the middle of the pack. It looks like don't want to say Bubba Wallace is leading the race, but it looks like Bubba Wallace led lap 1. Oh, got really tight on corner entry that time into turn 3 in the dirty air in front of him. No practice for the most part with all the, outside of like the extra couple laps he ran trying to get the game fixed. I'm hyped. I'm going to be up about an hour later tonight, but it may be worth it, hopefully. Watch us like crash out at like lap 30. Again, the AI will pit around lap 30. I know off of it. Oh boy, contact there getting into turn 3. Anthony Alfredo and Christopher Bell at the rear of the pack. Very little contact. They both hang on. Bell's going to be very patient in passing cars right now. The leader's pulling away right now, but it is still a ginormous pack of cars, 2x2 for the most part, all the way through the field. A lot of lane changing going on, whether it's down the straightaways or in the corners. Overcast skies, again, 74 degrees for the start of this race. Bell can go 60 laps into the run. Everybody else going to go about 30. Bell's got to run. Gets into that right rear corner panel of Timmy Hill. Oh, man, overdrove turn 1 quite a bit that time. He was planning on lifting early anyway. Bell going to try to be a lot more patient. He was very patient at the Coke 600 at the start of the race. Still found himself in trouble, but rallied back, was able to lead over 60 laps in the race before the eventual DNF and 25th place finish. A heartbreaker and a crown jewel win taken away from Bell. He still has the most wins this season with 4, but Hamlin now with 3 is closed in. Elliott and Dillon, Austin Dillon that is, have picked up their second within the last handful of races as well. So that gap is closing. Of course, Hamlin adding on to the regular season points lead, which he has led since the Daytona 500. He has led in the point standings every race so far. Big checkup in turns 3 and 4. I think we almost had a wreck. Bell got into the back of the 66 of Timmy Hill as well there. Slowing him down. Bell tried to get on the brakes in time, but somebody just completely stalled out the pack off turn 4. It looked like there was contact and somebody got loose, but luckily there was no legitimate wreck. Bell had to miss 4 wrecks of his own last night before he ended up getting involved in a wreck anyway with about 30 to go, which ended his day again from the lead. Makes a couple quick passes in turns 3 and 4 on both Timmy Hill and Anthony Alfredo. Now he works underneath the 77 of Justin Haley on the front stretch. Ty Dillon, Ross Chastain in front of him. Big block by Ty Dillon on Chastain. Now Chastain goes high to block Justin Haley. Bell hooking the inside to get underneath the 42 car in turns 1 and 2. Still there. Hooking the white line. It's going to file back to the outside in between Haley and Chastain. Chastain again to the outside. Bell to the bottom. All cleared, now down to the apron, giving himself more space in the tri-oval. Quinn Houff aggressively blocking Ty Dillon on the outside lane as Bell mows down on the bottom. Drives it really deep to slide up in front of the 0-0 of Quinn Houff. Destroy, annihilate that like button. Oh no, Bell has just turned Ryan Newman. He overdrove turns 3 and 4. Newman goes around. Bell makes an incredible save to the inside. Everybody else misses Newman as well as he makes a great save. How was that not a massive wreck? He's paying attention to the chat and just kind of overdrove turn 3 right into the left rear of Ryan Newman. Both Newman and Bell saved their race cars. No heavy damage. Nobody hit them. There was about a half a dozen cars behind him in a pack still. Both cars on the lead lap. That could have been a very disastrous start to this race on lap 9, but somehow, some way, both cars again still in it. Christopher Bell has been known in his first 2 seasons in the Cup Series for making good saves, and boy, did he make one there. Newman as well. Even though Newman completely lost control, he did get hooked. And again, they are very fortunate every other car missed them. Bell's going to have to pick this time back up as well, losing a bunch of positions. Bell closing it quickly on the back of the pack. Quickly gets underneath Timmy Hill in the 66. He's going to go down to the apron into the tri-oval, making sure nobody's going to side draft him to the outside. Passes 3 cars in the tri-oval. Will pass another one into 1 and 2, being the 96 of Ty Dillon. He tries to work his way back forward, but look at the middle of the pack there. It looks like cars just outside the top 10, all the way back to about 30th, maybe just outside the top 30, are all bunched together 2 by 2 still. Bell to the outside to get the clean air on the cars that were in front of him of Ross Chastain and Quinn Houff. Down to the apron into the tri-oval now to pass the 42 car, and he's back to 33rd. Kyle Larson towards the rear of the field right now. He has had bad luck in the sense that he has not won a race this year. It seems like the races he's been really fast are the races he has bad finishes, believe it or not. Or an incident like at Sonoma where he ran out of gas coming to the white flag while leading. In that fuel mileage race. This car is going to get tighter over the long run. Bell's going to go down to the apron. He carried a lot of speed off the high side in turns 3 and 4. Oh, a couple cars clip the apron up ahead, and that's going to check everybody up into turns 1 and 2. Bell gets into the back of the 41 of Custer. Almost turned him around. Three by 3, now down to 2 by 2. They are still fanning out. Bell to the outside where nobody else was. Getting the clean air that nobody else really has. And he's in the wall off turn 4. Got to be very, very careful up there. That did not work out according to plan for Bell. Clipped the apron on corner entry. A few other cars. Denny Hamlin was one of which. In the middle of the pack. Very, very sketchy place to be. Bell to the inside, 3 wide now, down the back straightaway into turn 3. Will he have enough room? Sends it to Benedetto, pinches him, he didn't see him, and around goes Bell! Christopher Bell is around into the wall, driver's side door first. He's trying to get the car in the right direction here. Really hoping nobody's behind him. Let's get it back. Oh my goodness, Ryan Newman just missed Bell. So Bell is in the wall. Not sure if he's got a tire down or not. I don't think he does. He's going to try to keep it out on the racetrack for right now. Staying on the apron as well as he gets up to speed. So Matt DiBenedetto pulled down right on top of Christopher Bell as they were 3 wide. I don't believe Bell's got a tire down somehow. And it doesn't look like he's got that much damage despite sliding into the outside wall, driver's side door first. Somehow he stayed green as well, but now he is a lap down back in last. He should still have most of his speed considering that the car still looks fairly clean. Couple wrinkles on the left side. Definitely used his tires up quite a bit, though, because he's a little on the tight side. He can go 60 laps without having to pit, so he'll try to make up as much time as he can. Ugly start for Christopher Bell. Being maybe a little too aggressive early on. Put himself in harm's way 3 wide in the middle of the pack. Of course, turned Ryan Newman already as well. Although that was not his fault, considering DiBenedetto pulled right on top of him in the middle of the corner, but how could you not take that run if you're Christopher Bell? Those cars got massively tight, though, after that spin. I thought it would be maybe a little on the loose side with the handling, but it seems like he's tighter than what he was beforehand. Side drafting Austin Dillon. Oh my goodness, Bubba Wallace just pulled up right in front of the 20 car. I don't know if he got tight with the cars in front of him or not. That could have been the case. Bell did get into the back of him, though. Swinging to the inside into the tri-oval. Can't quite stay to that left rear corner panel of the 23. Down into turns 1 and 2, and now he pulls up in front of in front of Wallace, rather. It gets into the wall a bit. This is a sloppy race going for Christopher Bell right now. I think he's going to consider pitting here. I know he's already a lap down, but the car is massively tight. Actually, I'm not going to pit yet. I'm going to wait to pit for everybody else. But we're definitely not going to take it to lap 60 this run. Just going to wait for the leaders to pit, and then Bell will pit at the same time. We should only be about 8 laps away, ideally. Oh, NASCAR Thunder 2004 is a great NASCAR game, and I highly recommend getting it if you have not played it or don't currently have it. Think Nebraska could win at home against Iowa? I think it's possible. Iowa's struggled recently. Kyle Larson is now up to 18th. He won the Pennzoil 400 in real life this season for his first win with Hendrick Motorsports. Can he do it on the custom schedule season as well? This back cars is really closing in on Bell here. I think Bell's got to pit before they actually get to him because he is losing time. He has worn down his tires, and even though it doesn't look like he's got a lot of damage, he obviously does have a decent amount of damage. He's having to use the brakes in the corners just to get the car to turn. So no damage repair here, but 4 tires and fuel will be the call for Bell. In this 20 team, they are going to pit this time by at lap 26. It's actually lap 27 considering he is 1 lap down. So it's only going to be about 3 laps before everybody else, but he wants to make sure he can get to the bottom of the track in time before guys like Joey Logano and Chris Buescher are able to get to him. So here comes the pit stop. 45 miles an hour will be the pit road speed limit tonight. Unscheduled stop for Christopher Bell early on after a spin. Tried to ride it out as much as he possibly could, and now he'll pull into his pit box. You can definitely see the left rear has some damage. That's where he kind of backed it into the wall, and that might be affecting the downforce of the race car. That was intense indeed. Way too intense for the first 20 laps of a full race. On any track. Now the good news is Christopher Bell's... Oh boy. Forgot I can't mash the gas out of the pits. Almost spun out. See the car wiggling back and forth a bit. So Christopher Bell lost at least another lap there. Now he will have fresher tires for a couple laps before the rest of the field is going to hit pit road. Should be able to go back to running full throttle again, and hopefully the car is going to be reacting perfectly fine. So far, so good. We actually have a couple cars in the pit lane right now, so Bell only pit about a lap before some of the other cars started to hit the pit lane. It's going to take him a while to get back into this race. Obviously, with it being 200 miles shorter than last night and him being in a similar circumstance early on, only difference is he didn't blow a tire this time, but he still fell a lap down because of a spin. Last night, he didn't spin, but he fell a lap down early because of a flat tire, and it took him a long time to get to the lead in the race. Took him till about lap 250. He was able to get to the lead a couple times there late. Again, led over 60 laps. Over 40 in the final 100 laps of the race. But a DNF and finishing 25th, unfortunately, for Bell was the end. So most of the leaders, again, will pit very shortly. Like Brad Keselowski's the race leader right now as well. That is big. Keselowski is very good at Las Vegas. Really, all three of the Penske cars have been very, very good at Las Vegas. Seems to be their track. Two of their cars obviously sponsored by Pennzoil for this race. So that maybe have a little bit of home field advantage there. Coincidentally, Keselowski is not the Pennzoil car, though. Look at Bell with these fresh tires, closing it quickly on Justin Haley, Ty Dillon. They're probably going to pit here, so Bell's going to make a quick pass into 3 and 4 on the inside. At least the car's handling fine again, so no major issue that time. But now Bell's going to have to take this run until about lap 85. Is about as far as he's going to go on fuel. To the outside of Anthony that was Josh Bilicki in the 13 who still has to pit. What Bell knows how to do best, run the top. Probably going to have a lot of cars pitting here. He's going to run that middle to upper groove again through 3 and 4. Most of the cars are now in the pit lane. He's got a fast car. I mean, there's the 48 of Alex Bowman. We know how fast the Hendrick Chevys can be on the 1.5 miles. Barely clears him. Staying full throttle in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Keselowski going to pull up right in front. He cycles out of the pit lane. That was a close call there for Bell as he had to move down to the inside, down the back straightaway to get past Keselowski, who was getting up to speed. It looks like Bowman got by as well. Inside Uranus, welcome to the stream. My goodness, Bowman just completely drove right into the side of Bell. Keselowski going to make a clean pass as well. Bell's worked his way up to 38 now. One car coming out of the pit lane. That would be Bubba Wallace. Bell's getting pretty tight already into the run. He was running full throttle there for a little bit. Now he's having to lift more and more in the corners. Going down to the apron into the tri-oval. He's up to 36th. Breaking the draft that Ryan Blaney and Denny Hamlin might have had there. Blaney, Hamlin side by side for 14th. So Bell was hanging in there for a couple laps after coming out of the pit lane, and the car has gotten extremely tight after only about 5 laps. which is not good. May have to try to make an adjustment change on the next stop. May have to pit with the rest of the field again this next time. May end up making some damage repair as well. It's crazy. He was able to, I mean, the car handled perfectly coming out of the pits for about 5 laps, and it got really, really tight. And this is not the way the car was handling at the very start of the race. Before the damage. Everybody's starting to blow right back by him. I know it's not a speed glitch either. I mean, the car is like legitimately tight. And we're still, you know, faster. I mean, you can see the speed on the front stretch. We're giving them more time in the corner, so it's just taking a little longer to get up to speed. But we're only about 5 miles per hour off, 4 to 5 off. But that's just because of how tight the car is. So he's going to pit with the leaders at lap 60. Because he is definitely losing time anyway. And he's only going to lose more time as the car could potentially get tighter throughout the rest of the run. Taylor87, welcome to the stream. Where's the fuel gauge? There is no fuel gauge in this game. No telemetry. Tell you how much the tires are wearing or have worn, or you know how much fuel you got left in the car. A little contact there between Byron and Bell. Off the exit of turn 4. Luckily, nothing major happened there. Now the 78 of McLeod is to the inside of Christopher Bell. Up the track goes Bell on the brakes. Has to go down to 148 miles an hour on the outside just to keep it off the wall. So going to try to drop the wedge a round and a half. Going to drop the wedge, a round and a half. Going to make full damage repairs. Again, we'll slow the pit stop down, but... Oh. Bella's just kind of hoping that get this car to handle right so he can get the speed back in it. This is the most ideal thing. I guess that bad luck from the Coca-Cola 600, at least for the finish last night for Christopher Bell, rolling over again. The Achilles heel of this 20 team has definitely been the mile and a half this season. He ran 2 of them, failed to make it to the end of both. This one running 36th, about to fall 2 laps down. Chase Briscoe just knocked Bell into the wall. I think Bell blew a right front tire. Briscoe just passed him for position. Yeah, Bell's right front tire is down. Bell, very unfortunate there that Briscoe just knocked him into the wall. Right in the middle of turns 3 and 4. And now he's 2 laps down before having to make another unscheduled stop. Remember, at the start of the race, he wasn't looking to pit until about lap 60. He's going to have to let these cars by him. Now he's going to hop down to the inside of the racetrack. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit, and I guess he's going to pit now, and hopefully the adjustments are going to work his direction. Quickly into the pit box. 2 unscheduled stops in the first 44 laps of the race tonight for Christopher Bell. Yeah, this game's definitely tough. This game's definitely tough, especially with no stability help. So it's going to be a lengthy stop. I mean, if the adjustments don't work on the race car, we start to have a glitch like we did in the last track. What was it, Pocono? The first Pocono race of the doubleheader. We tried to make adjustment changes, and the car started going out of whack on us. Like it was glitching. Michael McDowell's out of the race already. Looks like the 53 car, the 52 of Josh Bilicki also out of the race. So Bell will be in 38th. He won't fall further than that in the running order. Hopefully the adjustment changes will work. We know at least for the first 5 laps it should work. No clue of telling exactly how far Bell is down. If the car will handle right this time, he's definitely going to have to stay out of the pits for quite some time. Hopefully 60 laps this time around. Hopefully the car's not too loose, that repairing the damage was all we needed to do. He's got fresher tires. That will obviously help. Should. Oh, man, the car's definitely looser. Almost overdrove turns 1 and 2, and the car about went around on him there. Should tighten up on the long run. Really, he's just kind of hoping the long run speed will be enhanced here. But he needs to make a full fuel run this time. Desperately. Knowing that the field will be pitting at lap 60. And then again at lap 90. Which means Bell won't have to pit. Again, about 60 laps from lap 45 would be 115, if I do my math correctly. Should only be 5 laps before the next pit stop for the rest of the field. Yeah, lap 115 would be 60 laps. So that's the goal here for Christopher Bell. He's definitely pulling away from Harvick. Fresher tires are definitely prevailing right now. But again, he is likely 4 laps down is the issue. Now, one of those laps, he's about to get back on Kyle Busch, and he'll be 3 laps down, considering Busch is the leader and is the second to next car ahead of him. Do not count Christopher Bell out of a good finish of this race. Even if he can't get the win, if this thing stays green, he's got the car handling fine, at least for now. We haven't gotten to 5 laps into the run yet, though. We're at about lap 4 in this run. If the car wasn't so loose, I'd turn Chase Briscoe, but I feel like if we tried to turn him, then the car's going to probably spin out on ourselves as well. Oh my goodness, got into the right rear of Kyle Busch. Bell had a run on the outside, and Busch pulled up right on top of him. A little loose that time. As he gets to the outside of Busch again, he'll be able to clear him off turn 2 this time around. Got to keep the nose of the car clean. It's going to tighten it up a little bit more if he gets damage on the front. All right, so it'll be 6 laps in at the line this time. Lap 105 is the next stop. Did I do my math wrong? Yeah, I did. You're right. Lap 105. Yeah, we're not taking it to lap 115. We will run out of gas. So lap 105 will be the next pit stop for Christopher Bell. Well, the car's looser, but it is not super tight like it was earlier. 3 wide to the inside. Making a pass on Chase Briscoe. Justin Haley didn't give him a lot of room either. Bell lifted just a little bit. He can't be patient. he wasn't patient at the start when he should have been. Even though, again, it was not his fault that he got into the wreck. Really, both times he had to pit because of an accident. Briscoe knocked him into the wall, blowing his right front tire the second time around and the first time. I don't know. Will this be the biggest comeback win in channel history? Can we come from 4 laps down to win the race? We're 3 laps down now with the fresh tires. It'd be nice if we can get another lap back. Well, we're definitely going to get at least one back when the rest of the field pits this next time. And then they'll have to pit again at lap 90. And then Bell will pit 15 laps after that. So my guess is we should get down to 1 lap down. Though they may come back to lap us a second time, though, now that I think about it. Before we end up having to pit. Be very interesting. Bell staying high. Got out of the gas. Oh my goodness, he just about turned Kurt Busch. What a save by Busch off the exit of turn 4. Kind of similar to Kyle, where he just kind of pulled up in front of him off turn 4. Bell didn't lift that time, though, and he still got into the back of Kurt. Heck of a save from Kurt Busch. Wide entry into 3 and 4. This car is definitely a little bit unsteady in the corners, making it this loose. But, again, taking that round and a half a wedge out of the car was necessary because of how tight it was with the damage from the spin that we did not get a caution for about 20 laps in. He's rolling on fresh tires. He only has 15 lap fresher tires. That makes a big difference at Las Vegas, but I don't think it makes this big of a difference. If it wasn't for the adjustment changes on top of it. We'll have to see if he'll cycle ahead of 36th at all after these next stops for the rest of the field, which will be starting in about 4 or 5 laps. Bell's going to have to anticipate it here pretty soon and jump to the outside. Actually, we got one car heading to the pit lane this time off turn 4. Not sure exactly who it was. All down to the apron into the tri-oval. Can go to the outside of 1 and 2. It's expected to Benedetto to pull up. Didn't want to stay in the gas there. He's going to go to the outside again in 3 and 4, though, expecting maybe some cars to pit. He's able to go full throttle still all the way around the track this far into the run, so that's a good sign. Granted, he's only 12 laps into the run. But again, that is already twice as far, over twice as far as what he was able to do after he pitted before blowing the right front tire that last time. Radio, none of these drivers are racing because you're left. Oh, we got 2x2 traffic up here. Got to make sure there's not going to be a wreck. Bell is anticipating that that could be the case. Nobody pit out of those lead cars. Bell to the outside of Balicki. Passes him with ease. Started at the bottom there, washes to the top. Bell's getting a little loose here. Gets by Wallace, gets by Alfredo to the inside. 3 wide into turn 3 as Bowman made a move underneath LaJoy as well. Bell flatlined it into the corner. High downforce. The high downforce is also helping run this looser setup too, though. I just hope it doesn't get looser as the run carries on. That'll really throw it out of whack. We might have to put a little bit more wedge back and maybe like a half a round if that's the case, but just for safety precautions going forward. Boy, a little loose into 3 that time, getting to the outside. Kaz Grali went high just in case he was going to pit. A lot of lead lap cars on the pits right now. Bell is right back to 36, which is where he was before having to pit after blowing that right front tire. So he's made up a little bit of time. Either that or equaled it right back out again. Ryan Blaney is the leader, still out on the racetrack. Logano pulling up to the outside. Bell anticipated it as Logano was getting up to speed, so Bell passes him down the backstretch into turn 3. Probably going to see Logano take control and get right back around Bell this time around. Feel pretty spaced out behind him, though, so that's good. With Bell being on about 15 lap older tires compared to the rest of the field. 15 to 17 lap older tires is what it's looking like. Justin Haley pulling out of the pits now. Bell got to go to the inside, anticipating the cars rolling to the outside. It's like Joey Logano went high, and he might have gotten squeezed by Haley. That's why Bell went down to the bottom. Bell's up to 35th now. The track goes Bell. Logano down to the inside. Justin Haley will fly by as well. Those guys on fresh tires. Bell not going to battle him. Oh, man, in that dirty air. He's got a looser setup, but the dirty air definitely pushed him up the track. Down to the apron, into the tri-oval. Getting clean air on the front nose of the race car again. Hopefully he's far enough back into turns 1 and 2. The car won't jump tight in the dirty air this time, and it doesn't. Car is a little bit harder to grip to the bottom, so it's finally starting to tighten up a little bit on the long run, but it's still not bad because he is able to go full throttle still all the way around the track. So I don't know if he's 1 or 2 laps down right now. Logano's in 4th after everybody cycled through their pit stops. Considering Bell was 4 down originally, I would probably think we're 2 down right now. But again, they will have to pit before Bell has to pit. Bell pitting at lap 105 scheduled. Lap 90 is when everybody else is going to hit the pits. Kevin Harvick got tight in line behind the 20 of Bell. You saw him wash up the racetrack that time. Bell again down to the apron into the tri-oval. So he's definitely going to wear his tires out a little bit more as well. So he cuts the course that time around. Harvick looking for a lane around Bell. Harvick led a lot of laps in the Coke 600 last night as well. Zavi, welcome to the stream. Kyle Larson fan, welcome to the stream as well. Harvick looking wide. Down to the bottom. He cannot get around Christopher Bell. I wonder if the tires are already equaling out, which, again, just shows the amount of speed Christopher Bell has after the setup change. He's up to 33rd, by the way, as well, so he has gained positions. He was as far back as, well, really last because he started there, but 38th during this run. Harvick to the inside. Going to clear Bell down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4. Bell lifts a little bit, trying to make sure that the dirty air is not going to cost him too much this time, and he didn't get that tight. Probably going to do the same thing down in 1 and 2. Yep. Just doing it out of a safety precaution here. Don't want to overstep the car when you're already this far back. I think I have the positivity that as long as Bell stays out of trouble the rest of the race, I think we can get a top 10 at least. That's going to be the goal, which would make it 4 top 10s in the last 5 races. And just think, leading over 60 laps in the Coke 600, leading with about 30 to go, was the only time that he didn't finish in the top 10 in that 5-race stretch. So definitely been heating it up as we get later in the regular season. As far as consistency goes, now he hasn't won a race in 6 races, which is the longest amount of races he's gone between a win this season. But the consistency is there, and that is something that has really been lacking since the start of the year. The 1.5 miles have been the Achilles heel, though. And it looked like off the start of the race today, like it was going to be the case again. Bell pulling into the clean air this time to stay full throttle. and not lift as he runs the middle lane. Harvick down to that white line on the bottom. Martin Truex Jr. in 6th is actually closing the gap pretty quickly on Harvick all of a sudden. Bell's got a run in the middle of 3 and 4. He lifts just a tad. He's going to push Kevin Harvick. That was a little risky to do that, especially in the middle of the corner, but that's going to launch Harvick off turn 4. Lap cars running 2x2 up here. Daniel Suarez in 4th place for Trackhouse right now. That's a good run for that 99 team. Bell up the track, has to lift a little bit in 3 and 4. Truex will get by, no problem. I think he got tight, that 2x2 traffic in front of him. Oh, man, Suarez almost got squeezed into the wall that time. Bell's got a massive run in the tri-oval. Underneath Truex, 3 wide. Underneath Haley, Harvick, Suarez. Haley tries to squeeze Christopher Bell. Bell tried to give himself as much room as possible. Clipping the apron, though, almost knocked the car completely sideways in the middle of 1 and 2. And Bell kind of feathering the throttle to keep the car from spinning after passing Justin Haley. Really cut him off there. But he didn't want to get squeezed like how DiBenedetto squeezed him 3 wide at the beginning of the race, and that's why Bell went down as low as he did. To the apron in the tri-oval. Cuts back up on the racetrack a little bit. Here's Brad Keselowski now. Bell underneath Hauff, who was in 24th. Not quite clear of him into turn 3 yet. Now he'll clear him. Keselowski, Bowman, Blaney in the top 10, all closing in on the back of Christopher Bell. Bell burps the throttle a little bit. Looks like Joey Logano's getting trapped in lap traffic. Suarez and Harvick are closing in on him. Bell barely burps the throttle through 3 and 4. Harvick moved up in front of him just a little bit. Bell down to the apron into the tri-oval. Taking a shortcut. Ooh, Harvick pulled down in front of him. Bell taps the brakes. Trying not to get tight again. That's going to kill the momentum, though. Ooh, a lot wider entry for Harvick and Suarez that time. Bell about a half a lane below. Didn't get tight that time, and he's got to run off turn 4. Not going to go to the apron this time. Trying to keep the tires as clean as possible. Look at Blaney to the outside. In the draft off of the 4 of Harvick. Suarez, Harvick, Blaney, Bowman, they are all catching Logano, and maybe there's a couple other lead lap cars up there. Big checkup down the backstretch. There's a lap car that's really checking everything up. Oh, Suarez with a big block. 3 wide. Harvick just knocked into the side of the 20 of Bell. That could have been a wreck. That could have been a wreck. I think Bell just wants to get out of this mess. Oh, Blaney almost squeezes him now. Backs out of the gas. He didn't want to be 3 wide into 1. Underneath Daniel Suarez. A lot of the lap cars seem to be on the outside. Bell's got to run off turn 2. He gives Daniel Suarez a push. That almost knocked Suarez into the side of the 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Now Quinn Houff's down on the bottom lane. Bell hugging the white line. Trying to get as much clean air as he can. 3 wide off turn 4. Cody Ware just ran into the side of the 20 of Bell. Knocked him down the track a bit. Bell again just trying to hang on. Oh man, Eric Jones with a big block. Bell a little tight into the back of the 43. Heavy lap traffic right now. Newman. Jones to the outside, Bell to the bottom and gets around him. And take a deep breath. That was something right there. That was something. Bell closing in on Joey Logano still in third. Top two have really pulled away. Logano, who struggled in the lap traffic, finally got around it. Now the rest of the field behind Bell and Logano are still struggling. We're 11 laps away from the field pitting again, except for Bell, who again will stay out to lap 105. Bell may pit a little bit before that. Whoop. I don't know. Oh, man, into the back of the 22. I think we'll pit at lap 100. I think Bell's going to pit at lap 100. So that way he's only going to be on old tires for about 10 laps instead of 15, just to see. He'll still have fresher tires for until everybody ends up having to pit again around lap 120. Bell gets around Logano through 1 and 2. You can definitely tell the tires have evened out over this run. Again, Bell's got some damage on the left rear of the race car after spinning and backing it into the wall left rear first earlier. Back to having clean air in front of him after passing Logano. That's big. Now he's able to run full throttle around the racetrack again. With damage this late into the run after the adjustment changes, that is impressive. Did it in 1 and 2 that time. We'll see if he can do it in 3 and 4. A little wider entry that time. Going to run the middle lane, but he is able to do it. Bell to the outside. BJ McLeod up ahead. Timmy Hill will actually be for position once Bell catches him. Bell down to the apron into the tri-oval to get around McLeod. Make the nice, easy, quick pass on him. Makes for a little bit more awkward of an angle into 1 and 2, but slightly burps the gas. At least he's got clean air. Ty Dillon as well for position, not that much further ahead of Timmy Hill. Those are the next two cars Bell's going to catch. So Bell is committed to going to lap 100 instead of lap 105. Make it a 55-lap run. It's 15 laps away from pitting. The rest of the field really only about 5 laps away. I'm sure we're probably going to see some lap cars pitting somewhat soon. Bell down to the apron into the tri-oval. Should blow right around the 66 of Timmy Hill, and does. He clears him easily well before getting into turn 1. Bell to 32nd. Joey Gase as well, right in front of Ty Dillon all of a sudden. Bell might be in the top 30, and I think he will be in the top 30 even before the other cars end up pitting. He'll gain more position, at least immediately, just to give him back up again once he pits, but not bad at all. 2x2 traffic. And some cars in this 5-car pack in front of him will be for position. Oh man, almost 3 wide. Ty Dillon got sandwiched in the middle lane. Bell closes in the tri-oval as they side draft each other. Right in front of him, Bell to the inside of the 96. Ty Dillon. Oh, wow, Bell got really, really loose. That was a big catch in the middle of the corner. Just kind of saw the car skirt sideways. Gonna hop down to the apron into the tri-oval. Trying to make up as much extra ground as he can. Doesn't want to go 3 wide into the corner, though. He didn't want to break that time either, because that's how he got loose the lap before. Does roll out of the gas. Still underneath Ty Dillon. 3 wide. Contact. Joey Gase pinched him. That knocks Bell sideways and turns Christopher Bell. 3 wide again. He gets pinched by another car. Now he's going to slide into the pit lane. He slid into the pit lane backwards. Is that going to allow him to actually pit? It does. Okay, that works. That works. Bell's just going to pit with the rest of the field here. Obviously, he's got some significant damage. I mean, you just cannot take it 3 wide at most tracks in this game because nobody gives you room. I mean, it's tight enough as it is. I get that. But the AI have no central awareness that, okay, we're 3 wide, I'm going to try to hold my line. Instead, they just keep running their normal line. They do that when they're side by side, heck. Let alone 3 wide. 3 wide just makes it worse. Well, Bell slid into the pit box. They made a little bit of damage repairs. But he knows that outside wall pretty hard. Car getting a little loose, trying to get up to speed. I guess you can enter pit road backwards in this game. Well, we know it works. I didn't know if it was going to actually register or not. That was actually kind of lucky that we that we actually slid backwards into the pit lane. Because I was thinking we were going to have to go all the way around with a limp right front tire. I just hope the car isn't even more tight than what it already was. It's definitely knocked some speed out of it, though. About a couple mile an hour down the straightaway slower, it seems like, for Christopher Bell. Oh, my goodness. The air got taken off that left rear corner panel of Bell when the 53 car pulled up right on top of him. Of Joey Gase. Gase was the one that just completely turned left into Bell, wrecking him in the first place. And that time, he just kind of moved up right in the middle of the corners. Bell was already on the outside. Lost the front of his race car and took the air off of Christopher Bell. He made a great save down in the grass again. Well, instead of pitting at lap 100, Bell pit about 10 laps earlier. Well, really 15 compared to lap 105. The good news is, though, again, he's on equal tires with everybody else right now. It did cost him a little bit of time, obviously with the spin and backing it into the pit lane. But all things considered, I mean, his shot of getting to top 10 probably would have been over if he would have had to run another lap. But now he definitely has to go 60 laps and pit with the rest of the field at lap 150 and stay out versus everybody else on the next stop that they take, which would be lap 120. Bell passes Ty Dillon for position. Clears him off turn 4 on the high side. Still got some more cars pitting. I wonder if Bell could cycle out ahead of 32nd. He was in 31st right before hitting the pits. Matt DiBenedetto closing in here pretty quickly. Christopher Bell would like to stay on the bottom of the racetrack, though. So he doesn't want the 96 and Ty Dillon to get underneath him. So he's just going to kind of hold up Matt DiBenedetto. Once DiBenedetto beats him to the inside into turn 3, which he will, now Bell will run the top. Hopefully DiBenedetto clears him here, but hopefully Ty Dillon does not get underneath the 20. It looks like Dillon's going to get there. My goodness. Car got a little loose. Dillon on that left rear corner panel. Left rear all bashed in, of course, that we already know as well. Definitely not making the handling great as it is for Christopher Bell. Maybe a little on the loose side, and you get a car underneath there like we saw with the 53 of Joey Gase as well. It doesn't take much, and the car wants to spin out sideways. The car is so aerodynamically dependent. Now he launches back to the inside of DiBenedetto again in 1 and 2, and he's going to pass him right back. DiBenedetto 18th, so even on regular speed here, Christopher Bell, he can keep up with cars in the top 20. Can this pit strategy, again, get him a top 10, though? Still have no clue how many laps down he is. It's either 1 or 2. No more mistakes, though, the final 167 laps of this race. Easier said than done, especially on NASCAR 21 Ignition. Next race of the custom schedule season will be tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Road course racing for the 5th time this season. It will be at the Charlotte Roval. First time I've ever raced at the Charlotte Roval on NASCAR 21 Ignition, but the road courses in this game pretty good. Expecting a good show tomorrow. Chase Briscoe in 31st. I would so turn Briscoe if we had the handle into the race car. I know we're going to wreck if I try to wreck him, though, so I'm not even going to attempt it. It will not work. Bubba Wallace is reeled in. Matt DiBenedetto as they battle for 18th. Can tell who that was. I clipped the apron on the inside trying to make a pass going into turns 1 and 2. Might have been the 14 of Briscoe. Second place Chase Elliott is stuck in this pack up here. That's interesting. I didn't realize Chase was up to second as well. He's had some good runs at Vegas in recent years. Maybe not a complete surprise that he's having a good run here today. Elliott blew by Chase Briscoe that time. Bell shoots the gap, lifts a little bit, only because he's in the dirty air behind Elliott. He's going to look to the inside of Chase down the back straightaway. Is he going to get there? Chastain in front. Yes, he does. Chastain's got some damage on his race car. Bell using Chastain as a pick to get by the 9 of Elliott as well as Ross Chastain himself that time. Wonder if Kyle Busch is still in the lead. He was leading right before those last set of pit stops. And again, I believe Bell is 2 laps down then, with Busch being the only lead lap car that's actually ahead of Bell on the track. So Bell would be looking to get 1 lap down if he can somehow make his way around Busch. Now, obviously, again, we know Busch is going to have to pit here really soon, lap 120. It's Austin Cindric and Ryan Newman about made contact off the exit of turn 4. Christopher Bell coming in hot, looking to the inside of Newman. Drove it in deep. Lifted a little bit. Going to clear Newman. Now for position, Newman back at 35th. Those two nearly tangled in the early going of the race. Only about 10 laps in. Bell didn't get that tight that time. He lifted a hair to get around Cindric and Eric Jones. Getting out for position. Bell is up to 31st, though. He's definitely pulling away from Elliott, though. He was in second place. Bell somehow has not wrecked the speed out of this car. After smacking the wall hard twice in wrecks. No caution still in this race as well in the Pennzoil 400. These caution-free races have been the good luck charm for Christopher Bell. The real question is, will it stay caution-free? Stenhouse with a big block off turn 4. Bell does get underneath him, though, with a crossover into the trioval. Eric Almirola right in front of the 20 and the 47. Oh, boy, that was close. Bell really chopped that corner off. Almost got into the back of the 10, not quite. Lifted in time. Really close. Couldn't clear the 47, though, with having to lift. Stenhouse drafts off the back of the 10 car that time as well. Bell trying to get to the left rear corner panel of Almirola. He just did. Side draft in the 10, pulling him back. Now he'll try to get away from the 10. Make sure Almirola doesn't side draft him. And he'll take the shortcut down to the apron. Into the trioval. Bell clear into turns 1 and 2. And now clean air back in front of him again. There is a big pack of cars coming up. Tyler Burback, welcome to the stream. Yes, we do have damage to the front and the left rear of the race car specifically. 2 spins for Bell in this race. Both times hard into the wall, making for 2 unscheduled pit stops in this race so far. And is the reason why he's 2 laps down in 31st. But he's going to get at least one of his 2 laps back very shortly. The field will pit at lap 120. Bell's next scheduled stop will be at lap 150. And if he can get himself close enough behind the leader, he may get both laps back briefly. He will give it back up again before everybody ends up pitting at lap 150, but things are not looking bad here. That bad, at least, for Christopher Bell, all things considered. As long as he keeps it clean the rest of the race. We still have just over halfway to go. Again, I'm optimistic we can get a top 10 still. Especially if more cars go a lap down the later and later into the race we get. Oh my goodness, Bell just about turned Cole Custer. He tried to stay in the gas off the exit of the corner of turn 2 as Custer slid up in front of him. He was going to try to cut down off the exit to get underneath him. He did not time it out well at all. Luckily, Custer was able to make a save. Lost a little bit of ground down the back straightaway. And luckily, Bell didn't not only turn him, but wreck himself as well. And Bell 0 for 2 and trying to just make it to the end of a 1.5 mile race this season. Slides right in between Corey LaJoie, Chris Buescher. Alex Bowman back to 13th. Well, underneath Buescher right now. He's going to try to send it into 1 and 2 to get underneath the 48 car of Bowman as well. Bowman almost squeezed him. That was a risk. But Bell clears off the exit of turn 2. A lot of clean air in front of him again. I mean, these are lead lap cars he's passing right now. Bowman and Buescher. He's got top 10 speed, so with strategy, again, he's on equal tires right now, so with strategy, what can be the play? Definitely not going to be repairing any damage the rest of the race. Not anymore. There's a pull to the left down the straightaway. So when I was trying to move the that keypad down so I wasn't going to repair damage on the next stop, It was just pulling left, pulling left, pulling left. That made for that awkward angle on the apron into 3. High downforce was able to make that arc into the corner. Kyle the King fan, welcome to the stream. Metallica, rock on. Indeed. How'd you know I was a Metallica fan? My favorite band of all time. That's what got me into listening to metal, so. Forever they will be my favorite. That and seeing them in concert, too, was awesome. I've been to concerts, I've been to metal shows and stuff, but Metallica, man, even in their 50s, can't beat it. Well worth the price of admission. Well worth it. And I was sick when I saw them. I didn't even get to see them healthy. I had like a fever that day, and I almost threw up like a couple times at the concert just because of how sick I was. But I was like, I do not want to miss this. I haven't gotten a chance to see him since, so I'm glad I still went. But I definitely want to go back now that I'm 100%. I didn't get sick until like the night before too, and I was still sicker than a dog the next morning. Ended up going. I think it was 2016. I think it was 2016. And it was in Detroit at Comerica Park. It might have been 2017. It was the same year that the Hardwired album came out. It might have been 2017. Bell got the clean air. So he went high that time in 1 and 2 to make the pass on Ryan Blaney. All clear to pull down low in the middle of 3 and 4. Yeah, Kyle Busch in the middle of the tri-oval right now. I guess Blaney would be a lap down. Larson would be a lap down 2 out of technicality. Larson's the first car lap down in 11th, with Bell being 2 laps down in 31st. I'd be shocked if we're more than 2 laps down right now. I am thinking that we are 2 laps down. I was hoping he can get to Busch before he pits. I doubt it, considering Busch is going to pit in a couple laps. And he's still 3.5 seconds ahead of Bell. Bell about a half a second faster that last lap, though, than Busch. On equal tires, Bell's got speed. And Larson's not holding him up because Larson's behind Busch. Not like they're side by side or Larson's in front of him taking his line away in the dirty air. Kyle Busch has clean air in front of him and has Larson cleared. Larson also started at the rear maybe a little faster than Kyle Busch and can't get around the 18 himself and is trying to unlap himself. Yeah, Greg Biffle was a rookie in 2003. That was his rookie season. Got a win in his rookie year, too, in the Pepsi 400 at Daytona. The July race. See if Kyle Busch or Larson will pit. Yep, race leader Kyle Busch in the pits now. Bell going to get a lap back. Now he's 1 lap down. I swear everybody's speed's going into the pits. It looks like they don't slow down for a while after entering the pit lane. I feel like that's how we lose a lot of time, like, if we were to pit the same time as them. I was trying to stay full throttle around the high side to get that clean air on Kyle Larson. He did. Now he'll pull to the bottom. Gonna have to get around him quick. Kyle's probably gonna pit this time. He'll dive to the bottom on entry into 3 behind Bell. So no wrecks coming into the pit lane by the AI today. That might be a first so far. We're not quite halfway yet either. Kyle Busch making his way out of the pit lane. I believe Bell is back on the lead lap. Well, technically not, because all the other lead lap cars still have to pit. Kyle Busch has scored 7th. But if Kyle Busch is to cycle back in the lead, I believe Bell would be back on the lead lap. Currently, Busch will get back around him eventually. A lot of those other cars stayed out in front of Bell again. Bell going to go to the apron to take it 3 wide into the tri-oval. passes as many cars as he possibly can. And practically clears them all before entering into 1 and 2. Lifted just a hair at that awkward corner entry, but Bell is pushing on. And he's inside the top 30 for the first time. First time since the first 10 laps. I don't think he's actually even been in the top 30 now that I think about it. He had that wreck earlier. That very first wreck around lap 20. I don't think he got inside the top 30 yet after starting last. I would not have thought it was going to take 124 laps to break the top 30 in this race, but oh my goodness. One lap car splitting between a couple of lead lap cars that still have to make their way into the pits. And they'll be pitting this time, it looks like, off to... Oh, no, never mind. No, they're not. Logano's still out on the track. Being held up behind James Davidson as Tyler Reddick ripped the outside. Logano going to pull down right in front of Bell to quickly get around Davidson. Davidson just chopped down right in front of Bell as well. Bell dive bombs underneath him now off the exit of the corner. And that is a pass for position on James Davidson for 27th. William Byron to the inside of Bell. Bell ran the middle lane to let Byron go. He sensed he was behind him. Now Kyle Busch is closing in, looking to put Bell a lap down again. Wow, Bell got really tight. Kind of out of randomness. Well, let's see 18 go. Not sure why Bell got so tight there. He had a lot of clean air in front of him. And now he's cracked the top 25. 24th. We still got lap cars in the pit lane. 22nd. 21st for Christopher Bell. I told you guys that the top 10 is not out of the question yet. We're not even halfway. We're very close. 7 laps shy of the halfway mark. Bell has rallied back to 21st. Clean air in front of him. Car still handling well this far into the run. Almost 40 laps in. He's still able to go full throttle. Unless he's in dirty air. He's not right now. Looked it out of safety precautions there that time. Bell trying to get by Wallace. Oh my goodness, Wallace just about turned Christopher Bell. He tagged that left rear down the back straightaway. Bell did a great job hanging on. These guys are going to be closing up quickly behind him into the tri-oval. Bell going to go to the outside in turns 1 and 2 to try and make sure he doesn't get ran over. Let Suarez and Wallace go. Wallace was actually for position. Daniel Suarez still in the top 10. Good run. Good run on a mile and a half. He was in the top 10 most of the night last night at the Coke 600 as well. Trackhouse on this custom schedule season seems to have the mile and a half racing down. It's unfortunate we've only had 3 so far in the regular season for their sake. They're going to want to point their way into the playoffs, so we do have a few more left. Maybe they can win. Atlanta, Texas still to come before the playoffs even begin. Bell on the outside as Larson makes his way underneath him. Justin Haley had to check up off the exit of turn 2. Bell going to stay wide into 3 and 4 and let Haley underneath him. Trying to keep an eye on those intervals. Blaney's still about a second and a half behind, so I don't think Blaney's going to get there into 1 and 2, probably 3 and 4 this coming lap before he catches Christopher Bell. But Christopher Bell has been as high as 19th. Only one car has passed him 4 positions since coming out of the pit lane. Kurt Busch still 4.5 seconds behind him in 21st as Bell scored 20th. But Bell will be pitting in about 19 laps. Bell staying wide in 3 and 4. Trying to run full throttle as well, and will. Bowman, Blaney passing to the inside. Bell down to the apron into the tri-oval. Taking a bit of a shortcut. Wear the tires out a little bit more. He's got 4 seconds before the next car behind him catches him, which would be Kurt Busch for position. You just got to keep fighting to the very end, ladies and gentlemen. Still 2 seconds ahead of Kurt Busch. Comment down below in the chat for those of you watching. Do you think Christopher Bell gets a top 10 finish here today in the Pennzoil 400? We are halfway home. Couple laps past halfway, considering that Bell is 1 lap down. But he is having himself a good run. All things considered. And as he stays out of trouble, if he could stay out of trouble going forward in this race, he's going to move forward in the leaderboard as well. Lifts out of safety precautions there. Try not to get too tight. Kurt Busch has finally ran him down off the exit of turn 2. He'll look to make the pass in turns 3 and 4. Bell going to stay wide and let him go. Not going to fight him for it. Ty Dillon closing in on fresher tires as well. They were actually 3 wide. Kurt was in the middle lane because Dillon was underneath him. Bell back to the inside of Suarez. Suarez. NASCAR Heat 5 stuck in my head again. Ty Dillon into turns 1 and 2. Bell got tight, though, on that bottom lane with Kurt Busch in the dirty air in front of him. Had to lift to keep it off the 96 car. 53 of Joey Gase. Chris Buescher as well closing in quickly. Gase almost pulled up in front of the 20. Bell was going to check up and let Buescher go anyway, and Gase almost completely knocked the 20 into the wall. He already did that once. I don't think another car is going to catch Bell for position, though. McLeod's 8 seconds back. I don't think 7 to 8 seconds back. Okay, maybe about 6. I don't know. That leaderboard was a little wonky there. He's 6 seconds. About 6 to 6.5 seconds Bell is ahead of McLeod. 21st versus 22nd on the leaderboard. Man, a lot of blocking going on in that 3-car group up there that just passed Christopher Bell. Kind of nudging the brakes in 1 and 2. Knew that car was going to push tight. Probably should have just ran the middle to upper groove that time to let 3 cars in front of him go into the bottom. Oh well, James Davidson's closing in on fresh tires here. Bell going to go to the outside. Trying to help himself. Actually kind of gains ground. He's got a bit of a run off the exit of turn 4 into the tri-oval, cutting down to the apron. He's underneath the 17. Buescher might be getting held up because of the 53 and the 96 in front of him. Bell taps the brakes a little bit in 1 and 2 again. Didn't want to move up into the side of the 15 car. The 17, rather. The 15 closing in from behind still. Bell to the outside again in 3 and 4. James Davidson is probably going to get underneath him and does. Bell gets tight with the 53 car on the outside in front of him now. Davidson gets by cleanly. Lap 140. Davidson with a big block on Bell. Bell lifts in the tri-oval. Bell's just trying to stay out of harm's way right now. He's backing up these corners quite a bit. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. Dark Crypto, welcome back. All right, so low on fuel according to the crew chief that time, lap 140. I guess we pit about lap 190, so Might have been lap 88, 89. I think it was just before lap 90. And we got a couple laps back, too. So I guess we have just about hit our fuel window. We'll pit very soon. Like, very soon. Lap 143, Bell will pit. You know what? Honestly, I think we're just going to pit this next lap because we're getting held up. The 96 and the 53 are definitely holding up Christopher Bell right now anyway. Bell wants to be a little patient, not trying to pass him. Jump into the clean air on the outside in 1 and 2, though. Cross in line behind him off the exit of turn 2. Looks low down the back straightaway. Bell will pit this time, lap 142. So he's going to pit a little bit earlier than expected. Makes the pass on the 53 and the 96. Bell pulling into the pits. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Bell into the pit box, no issues. 4 tires, fuel, no adjustments for Christopher Bell and the 20 team. I just hope we can pull out of the pit box all right. There's 2 cars in front of Bell who are out of the race. And they happen to be in the 2 pit boxes ahead of him. And he gets out cleanly. There we go. And Denny Hamlin, by the way, is one of the drivers that is out of the race. So he will not go back-to-back today. And that's big because he is the regular season points leader. So Bell lost a lot of points yesterday in the Coke 600. Hamlin winning. Bell finishing 25th. Hamlin going to finish worse than 25th. Bell, not sure exactly where he's going to finish yet. He's going to have fresher tires, though. About 22 to 23 lap fresher tires for Christopher Bell. Cars One Boy, welcome to the stream. Wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the chat there. Almost wrecked. Luckily, I didn't. He's got a fast car. He's got to stay out of trouble. Got a lot of cars in front of him that are moving around quite a bit. Stenhouse almost pinched Bell. Bell got loose. Trying to keep it off the 47 as they were 3 wide. He's going to sit behind Ricky, maybe. Oh my goodness, still 3 wide. And they made it that time. Oh, Stenhouse going down to try and side draft Bell. Bell got to go to the apron trying to get out of the way. Stenhouse is still squeezing Christopher Bell. Not sure why Bell's not able to get around these guys right now. Oh my goodness. Almost contact with the 47 again. Now he's got to run. Getting down to the apron. Maybe on cold tires was the issue. 3 wide dart into 1. That was very uncomfortable, but Bell makes it through. Stenhouse almost made contact on 3 separate occasions with Christopher Bell. He definitely wasn't patient, but he made it unscathed. Now he's got clean air. He can go full throttle. We'll have another 4 or 5 car pack. We'll close in on. Bell's short pitting. I think he's going to cycle ahead of 20th first, which is where he was when he last pit. Pit at lap 142. Going to the outside to catch the clean air in turns 1 and 2. Checking up a little bit. Oh, 3 wide. Up the middle between the Hendrick cars of William Byron and Chase Elliott. Byron's still there. Oh, he gets into the back of Elliott now. Truex closed in on the outside. He had to take the middle, and Elliott was right there. Bell got in the back of him. Bell's in the wall, and he turns himself off the front bumper of the 24. Down into the grass. Still spinning. Still sliding. Catches the car. Got to be careful, get back into the gas, not to turn it. It's going to cost him a lot of time. But that could have been a lot worse than what it was. Let's get back up to speed. That's going to cost him a lot of time, but hopefully he gets it back, and hopefully the tires are not completely worn off. Going 3 wide to the outside. Eric Jones, Chase Briscoe clears them both. Briscoe was for position. Bell was spinning like a top down into the grass. The inside of the racetrack off turn 4. Car seems to be handling all right after the spin. It all kind of started getting into 3. It was a little jam-packed, and he got into the back of Chase Elliott, and that ultimately kind of slowed him up for the long haul there. Down to the apron, into the tri-oval. How much of his tires, though, did he just completely burn off the car doing that is the problem. It's Kyle Busch, who just came out of the pit lane. Looks like Busch. He's going to pull up. A couple lap cars around him. Bell's got to run. Busch just pulled down right in front of the 20. Bell jumped on the brakes there at the last second. On the outside of Busch, he put it in the wall off turn 4. Oh, contact. Cindric and Busch. Busch got it in the back of the 33 car. Bell gets around him. Gets around the 18, that is. He's going to try to remain in front of that 18 as long as he can. He needs to hold him up. Because that will be the eventual leader when everything cycles through. Herbie Solomon, welcome to the stream. Well, going to the outside, trying to play it safe. Kyle Busch going to do that as well. Just don't know who's all going to pit. None of those 3 cars hit pit lane that time, though. So Kyle Busch is the leader. I lost a lot of time at that spin in the middle of this run. Could have been worse. The lap car pulling out of the pits. Right in front of 2 of the Rick Ware cars. Oh, what a block getting into the corner. Now sliding to the outside. Almirola went low. Busch got caught behind Almirola. Bell pulls Busch off of turn 4. Bell fell all the way back to 31st again. After that last pit stop. Unfortunately, after spinning, losing time on the track. Right when he had cycled up the 19th before. Was not the case this time around. Little slingshots by the 19 of Truex. He's about to go a lap down and will. Should cycle back out in front of the 18. And I think Bell's going to pick up some more spots. We do have some lap cars pitting right now, but he is definitely not going to get back to 21st this time around at least. It was a minor mistake. Could have been a major mistake. I don't think it's taken him out of a top 10 finish yet. We still have just over 100 laps to go. Just like that last run, though, he's going to have to stay out of the pits. He's definitely holding Busch up. He does not want the race leader to get by him again. Coming Coming up on a lap car of Ty Dillon. Bell to the inside. And Dillon might have pulled down right in front of Kyle Busch and Truex. Pulled down in front of Truex. I don't know if Dillon's got fresh tires or not. Oh my goodness. I thought Dillon was going to turn the 20 of Bell. Bell pulled down right on top of him on the inside lane. He definitely wants to stay in front of Busch if he can help it. Kyle's been on the outside. He'll pull wide so he can arc the corner off into 1 and 2. Busch again to the top, trying to get some clean air. He's going to get the run down the straightaway as well, off the banking. Saw a clip of you on my friend's Discord. Oh, it's just like a clip he posted on your Discord? Well, Busch not clear. He's probably going to be very shortly. Bell trying to side draft that left rear corner panel about as best as he could. He hung on about as long as he could on the 18 car. Busch going to pull down in front of him, and now Bell's going to be in the dirty air. He's going to go up the track. He's going to stay in the gas. But with going up the track, the 24 of Byron will get by. He's got fresher tires. Bell pulled down right in front of the 96 of Suarez. Around he goes, barely nosing it into the wall. Oh, come on, car. This is not going to end well. Nope. Saw that coming. Trying to get out of the way. We got a crash. Oh, man, big pile up. 2 cars upside down. Ross Chastain is barrel rolling in turns 1 and 2. Another car spinning like a top. Another car upside down with heavy damage as Bell rolls around the racetrack, and we get a caution flag for the first time today. Caution's out. No damage repair here. We're probably going to blow a tire on the restart again. No, it's not even going to pit us. This is the same thing that happened last night at Charlotte. It's not even going to pit us at all. Yeah, so we're going to restart with a blown tire. This is exactly what happened to the Coke 600 last night. So Bell's still got a tire down. I believe. I'm positive. I'm positive we got a tire down. I can feel it in the tri-oval. Oh, man, pulled up right in front of Blaney. And we're going to try to pit, but it's probably not going to pit us. Well, this is definitely taking Bell out of a top 10. He fought. Got about 100 laps to go. Probably just less than 100 to go, considering he's a couple laps down now. Bell got to try to pit. Downshifting to try and get the car to at least turn. Got some more cars pit. Actually, we got a couple cars out in the grass. Bell pulls into the pit box. Come on. Okay, it is pitting the car. I was afraid it wasn't going to pit the car, but at least it pit the car. Unfortunately, Bell's going to lose another lap, though, with obviously having to pit right now. At least we're still in the race. There were a couple cars that DNF'd out of the crash. That's going to help Bell. Good thing none of the contenders were involved. I would have to imagine Kyle Busch is still leading. About 100 laps to go. Bell could split this race in half. Pit with about 50 to go, and he can make it a one more stop. So that's going to be the plan from here on out for Bell. At least we're still in the race. We actually survived a caution in this race. I think that might be the first time ever. The sky's glitching again. Keselowski is in second. Again, I'm not sure if Kyle Busch is still the leader. Bell scored 26 still, so that tells me everybody behind him is probably out of the race. I'd have to imagine. Bell's got fresher tires now, but he's probably got a lot of damage that he is going to be off the pace. Because he is not getting to 165 miles an hour at all. So he's just going to kind of ride around at a slow pace. And just hope he doesn't get ran over. Because this is about all the speed he's got, which is rightfully so after being involved in that big accident. It just kind of sucked that we kind of survived barely hitting the wall. We wouldn't have really knocked any speed out of it compared to what was already knocked out. But then when I tried to get back into the gas, and I was barely on the gas, because I know the car likes to spin out. And you're trying to get up to speed when you're barely on the gas, and it still spun out right in front of traffic, and that's what caused a couple cars to flip. Well, just trying to salvage the day. Kyle Busch is still the leader. Trying to get his second win of the season. That would be another win for Joe Gibbs Racing. If Kyle Busch could pull off the win, if I do my math correctly, that would give Joe Gibbs Racing 10 wins in the first 18 races of the season. Hamlin with 3, Bell with 4. That would give Busch 2, and Truex has 1. His damage has definitely made Bell tight again, too, so I can only imagine as this run gets longer and longer that he is going to have to start lifting again. I mean, he has to lift right now just to keep it off the wall off turn 2. Probably didn't have to lift there. It would have been really close, though. But it's only going to get worse and worse. I'll drop the wedge around and a half again, but just kind of hoping. I wiggled a little bit that time. That was weird. We'll just take one round of... Well, we'll take one round of wedge out of it for now. If it gets really, really bad, knowing we're going to have to make it again. Spell's up to 25th. I think somebody else might have wrecked. Game just... Oh, my gosh. The lights are turning on at Vegas, and the game just kind of glitched there. I did that at Charlotte when the lights turned on, too. I did mention that it was probably going to do that at Vegas, too. Starting in the day and ending in the night. And that's exactly what happened. Well, here come the leaders. Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson in third now all of a sudden. Larson, I believe, is a lap down, though, still, but he is up to third. They're going to just stay high and out of the way. Cody Ware with an aggressive block on Timmy Hill in the tri-oval. So Busch leads, Keselowski second. Only the top 2 drivers are on the lead lap. Keselowski without a win this year. He led laps early on. Does he have a chance to somehow run Busch down as we have less than 100 laps to go? And definitely taking around a half. Out with wedge again. There we go. Honestly, I'm probably not even going to take it all the way down to 50 to go and split it in half just because I feel like the adjustments should loosen up a little bit. And I shouldn't be as slow on the second run. So I'm just going to pit as soon as that window opens. Everybody else should, even if they pitted under that last caution, which I would imagine they probably did, would still have to pit again. The problem is, though, is we had to go that extra lap after the fact, and that would have cost us an extra lap total. So even though we were 2 laps down, one and then probably 2 laps down when the caution actually finally did come out well after the wreck. So we're probably 2 down. Then we lost another lap, 3 down. We lost another one right there, 4 down. And honestly, knowing that the game itself, for whatever reason, holds you a lap under the cautions, whether you pit or not, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, we're either 4 or 5 laps down in this race. Not sure one or the other, but I would assume that Bell's 4 or 5 laps down. This still might be the first mile and a half race we make it to the end. We're trucking right along. We have survived all we could in this one, but we may actually make it to the end. They'll pull down right on top of Chase Elliott. Elliott, big loser. He was in second place, now back to 8th. Kind of randomizes the finishing order, or the running order, too. Like, we're not the only one that lose a lap. Like, some of the AI cars lose a lap, too. And I feel like times that you might actually, like, not lose a lap, if some of the AI drivers lose a lap. So it's just really, really wonky. And you or the AI don't even have to pit either. Oh, man, Bell mowing the wall down. He was on the brakes there off the exit corner. Still hit the wall. Still outscoring the points leader, Denny Hamlin, who is 31st. Bell 25th. Net gain. Denny Hamlin's back on the track again. He was out of the race, but now he's back in somehow. After the caution. He's got to be a ton of laps down, though. He's got to be a ton of laps down. I mean, he was out for a long time. He's probably like 100 laps down. Maybe more. Man, Bell almost turned Cindric. It's got tight. Man, still mows the wall down. My goodness. Cars just going up the track, out of the gas. At 137 miles an hour to slow the car down just to keep it off the wall. Still going to have to go about 25 laps. Eric Jones actually just passed Bell for position, by the way, for 25th, so Bell going to lose another spot. Ryan Newman in 27th. I think that's him that just came out of the pits. I would imagine he's a couple laps behind Bell. I feel like he's going to catch him over time, though, especially now he's got fresher tires. Bell's not going to get this car much faster the rest of this race. He might get it to handle better, which in return would help the longer run, but that'd be about it. Brad Keselowski has just taken the race lead away from Kyle Busch, it looked like. Don't remember if Brad was in that lead pack with Busch and the rest of those lap cars, that group of about 5 or 6 cars. But again, Keselowski could be another new winner. That could be the caution he needed to make it to the end of this race. Again, tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be running at the Charlotte Roval on NASCAR 21 Ignition. For the next full race live stream of the custom schedule season, it will be race number 19. We'll have just 8 races to go until the playoffs. Can Brad Keselowski become the 11th different winner this season? He leads right now. Probably just under 80 laps to go for the race leaders. Looks like Kyle Larson's fallen back to 7th. He was in 3rd. Maybe he's had to make a pit stop. I can see a few cars hit the pits within the last few laps. We are pretty close to 30 laps after the run. And Kyle Busch has now gotten back around Keselowski, it looks like, and he scored P1. And is only a few seconds behind Bell, about to put him another lap down. Keselowski back to 4th. We might be in the middle of green flag pit stops right now. That might be why Larson and Keselowski have lost a decent amount of spots. Maybe Kyle Busch short pitted. Busch is flying. Oh, he just turned his teammate. Kyle Busch has just turned his teammate Christopher Bell. Middle of the straightaway. What was that? Bell didn't blow a tire, luckily, but that was uncalled for. I guess Bell did accidentally get into him a few races ago at the Daytona Road Course. Turned him in the bus stop. I mean, that was like middle of the back straightaway. That was just, he had plenty of room to go underneath. He just clipped the left rear quarter panel of Bell. Truex up to 4th. I'm scared we're just going to get drilled down the back straightaway again by somebody else. You definitely tell everybody's seemingly pitty because they're a lot faster than what they were before. Oh, well, yeah, there it is. I figured we were going to get drilled eventually. We're going to get black flagged one of these times just for getting ran over. Tyler Reddick just completely dumped Christopher Bell. Bell's trying to get out of the way and does. Bell's just going to pit this time. Got nothing left to lose. He's back to 27, so he's lost another spot. All these cars that DNF'd are back in the race. I don't know how they're gaining all their laps. Oh, we got to keep it down on the track. I don't know if there's a tire down on Bell, but Bell's definitely going to pit this time. Must make it to the end. Do not get black flagged. Round and a half a wedge will be coming out of the race car for Christopher Bell this time. And here he comes into the pits. Tyler Reddick is definitely going to get turned. That I can confirm. Bell into the pit box. Remember yesterday in the Coke 600, Tyler Reddick was leading around lap 125 and ended up wrecking himself out of the race, costing himself a shot at maybe a second win of the season. But he just completely dumped Bell that time. Busch got into him. That's a teammate. You know, whatever. Bell's not going to retaliate on a teammate. But we got nothing to lose. Next time we see Tyler Reddick, we're going to do what we did to Kyle Larson back at Dover. I don't think Bell had a tire down that he had to pit there, but might as well. Still gonna be off the pace slow, but the light's flickering like crazy. What is going on with the sky right now? It's kind of scary. I was loosening the car up quite a bit again, trying to help the turn. Get it back to going full throttle. Why does the sky glitch like this in this game? This is like the third intermediate race, well, third oval race in a row. The sky is glitching out like this. Okay, maybe not in a row, but in the last week, this is as bad as this is as worse as it's been. Dover, it did it. Did it at Charlotte last night. Very briefly at Charlotte, though. It wasn't that bad. Dover, it was only turns 1 and 2. This is like almost all the way around the track, and it's like really bad. Like, I mean, it is constant. Yeah, Kyle Busch is at the tail end of this pack right here. Everybody's gonna fly by on the outside of Christopher Bell. Kind of even in the corner. Their mid-corner speed is Bell's top speed, essentially. Bell is back at 26th. Somebody else just pit, so he was back at 27th at the spin. Now he's back to 26th again. They park Reddick. If not, Bell's definitely getting payback on Tyler Reddick. Hopefully nobody has epilepsy. Epilepsy. This guy's glitching out. Yeah, it is really bad. Oh my goodness! It looks even worse when you're in the look back cam. Like, it legitimately looks like lightning. It's like the wall. Like, if you really, oh my goodness, it feels like it's getting worse every lap. Reddick just dumped us. Everybody pit. So we were like kind of slower on older tires on top of the fact that we're already slow as it is anyway. They pit like, I don't know, probably 15 laps ago now. Right around there. And like 10 laps after the fact, we were on the outside letting everybody through in turns 3 and 4. And Reddick just flat out drilled us. Right in the left rear, Bell went around, so. Bell's got nothing to lose here. He's going to turn Reddick. We may be able, I mean, we've fallen back to 27th at one point, so I guess we could, out of technicality, lose one more position. That's all right. I'm not even sure where Reddick's at in the leaderboard anyway. Bell's pulling away from race leader Kyle Busch with this adjustment change in the fresh tires. He's picked it up to 167. The speed has picked up overall. So he was only topping out about 164, 165. He's gained a couple more mile an hour with the adjustment change after Reddick dumped him. On the brakes that time to keep it off the 12 of Blaney. apron into the tri-oval. Oh, we somehow made it to lap 200. We're laps down since like lap 20 in this race. At least one lap down since lap 20. But, yeah, I think that sky's getting worse every lap. Like, it's like down the back straightaway now at times. Bell on the outside of Blaney. They'll just pass Blaney on the outside in turns 3 and 4. Crazy good run out of the inside of Quinn Houff. He just struggles on the straightaways. Houff side drafts and pulls him right back. Into turns 1 and 2. Bell stays in the gas. Oh, he got loose. He tapped the apron. He's sideways. Blaney side swipes him on the way through, and Bell did a great job keeping it off the wall. How did Christopher Bell not wreck that race car again? He tagged he didn't really tag the apron, but he was on the painted white line, so the car got a little slippery underneath Houff, and he overcorrected it into the side of him. And then overcorrect the mid-spin into Blaney, and somehow, even though the car jumped up the track, I mean, that physics would tell you we would have nailed the outside wall, probably head-on, if not, like, right front first. And somehow we kept it off the wall completely, with that being in the middle of the corner. I'm trying to get this momentum back and maybe pull back away from Kyle Busch. I don't really think Bell's pulling away at all. Especially on the straightaways. Getting eaten alive on the straightaways. Just think it took us a little bit over an hour just to get this race started tonight because of the game having issues. It was broken, and now all of a sudden, we're running 26th. I don't even know how many laps down. At least 5, probably about to go 6 laps down once Busch gets back by Bell again. Off the speed, we've wrecked 4 times. I don't think any of them were even my fault. You can maybe argue the one that led to the caution could have been mine. Pulling down in front of Ty Dillon in the tri-oval and kind of turning myself. The only problem is if there was a rearview mirror, I either A, wouldn't have made that move, or B, would have made the move sooner before Ty Dillon got there and wouldn't have spun out. I wouldn't have clipped myself. So if there was a rearview mirror, none of the wrecks would have been my fault. That second to last one was questionable. You could put the blame on me. That wouldn't have happened without a rearview mirror, but considering we don't have a rearview mirror, and I'm trying to learn to adapt to not using a rearview mirror. I'll take the blame. But those other 3, we just got ran over. Especially the Reddick one. That was just ridiculous, but DiBenedetto The very beginning of the race, we were 3 wide. He just crowded us. Joey Gase 3 wide, crowded us, turned us. And Bell's still a little bit quicker than Busch. Kyle's actually dropping into the pits now. Probably the second to last pit stop of the day for everybody hitting pit road. The only thing is, it's tough to tell how many laps they actually have left in the race. Is it possible that maybe Brad can win on pit strategy if he has to pit, say, one less time than Kyle Busch? Really the only thing I can think of. Bell underneath Harvick. Harvick just crowded him. Yeah, okay. Well, I tried to turn Harvick there for crowding us, and we just spun, so. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. Oh my goodness. We're going to wreck. No, we're not. All right, come on. Don't black flag me. I just don't understand how you try to hook a car on the left rear in this game, and you're the one that spins. It just doesn't make any sense. Unless you have stability help on, you make contact with another car, you're spinning. Plain and simple. Even if you cut down, at an awkward enough angle that would just, physics-wise, would turn them into the wall, like, say, head-on if you tried to right hook them, all that happens is you ricochet off of them and you nose into the wall. Like, it just does not make any sense. It's a guarantee that would happen. We haven't even seen Reddick yet, but if we do see him, I will test that theory out. I've already tried it at Homestead in the career mode, and I already know that's what happens. But I'll show it on you guys, because I don't think I actually had that part in the Homestead clip. Chicken Little. The sky's falling. The sky's most definitely falling. I'd say even worse than that other clip that I had. The sky looked like it was falling. I think this is way worse. Yeah, I haven't even seen, Reddick on the leaderboard at all anyway. Yeah, here's Harvick. See, if he I will test it. I will test it as soon as Harvick gets underneath me. I'm going to try to turn left and right hook him. For him, running me, and I tried to... Watch. I guarantee you I'll ricochet into the wall. Or I'll miss him. I just completely missed him. That's okay. Harvick doesn't need to wreck. Tyler Reddick's the one that needs to wreck. And if we don't get payback on Reddick this race, I can guarantee you if we see him at the Roval, the next race we see him, we're getting payback on him. Bell is still going to have to pit one more time before the end of the race at some point. I mean, the window's open to make it to the end now if we really wanted to pit, but we'll stay out. And nothing to lose. I don't think Bell's going to gain any more positions the rest of the race. I don't know how we got so tight right there. It's on the brakes trying to keep it off the wall. Busch flying to the outside. I really hope nobody has like issues with seizures or anything right now. I would highly recommend not watching this. If you have a past history with any kind of like epilepsy or seizures, or it'd be pretty serious, honestly. We need to play some music right now. We got some pyrotechnics in the sky, the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. I could just like envision a double kick pedal going off every time, just on repeat every time I see it like flicker back and forth super fast. We're still in the lead. Everybody else will still have to pit once, whether it's Bell or the rest of the field. Kyle Larson's up to second. But is he on the lead lap, and can he run down Busch? Thought Keselowski might have been the only driver who had a chance to get his first win of the season. Maybe Larson could get it done here at Las Vegas. Earl Arnold Jr., welcome to the stream. Oh, kind of drifting up the racetrack, it looks like. Ryan Blaney closing in. Kyle Busch now to the bottom of the racetrack. Oh, man, Bell into the wall. Into turn 3. Yeah, I'm not sure if Larson's on the lead lap or if he's a lap down. I think NASCAR 98, 99, and PS1 Plus music. I've never played either one of those two games, so I don't know what the soundtrack's like. What songs are on the soundtrack? I was gonna let Larson go. I know for Joe Gibbs Racing's sake and the fact that Bell is teammates with Kyle Busch, but I wonder if Larson is on the lead lap, can he run Kyle Busch down to win this race? And repeat history, winning the Pennzoil 400 like he did in real life this season. And just like in real life, it'd be his first win with Hendrick Motorsports. Bell's just kind of sitting back. He's waiting for Reddick so he can get payback on him after Reddick had dumped Bell. Oh, still not seen him. Unless he's out of the race, I don't know. I mean, he could have wrecked out. No, there's no what. Well, we did gain one position. I don't think he wrecked out, though. I think he just drilled us and ran away with it. We just have not been able to find him since. Hasgrala, Cody Ware. Bell into the wall into 3 again. So Martin Truex Jr. is up to 3rd. So Keselowski is all of a sudden falling outside of the top 3 despite restarting 2nd and actually getting to the lead briefly off the restart as well. We've had 1 caution so far today. Hence the reason we're slow. Could have DNF. At least we're still 26th. Could have been worse. We weren't in race winning contention anyway. Maybe could have contended for a top 10, but we only got up as high as 19th and our comeback in the first place. Every race we don't win, we're always trying to come back. The only race I can think of that we actually had to come back that we won was Sonoma. That's only because we made it on fuel mileage. Not so much like the track strategy is. I mean, it was strategy because we did have to stretch that final fuel run an extra 2 laps compared to any other run the entire race before that. We made it on fumes, but outside of that, though. Too great. Chase Elliott has rallied back to the top 5 as well. He's up to 5th place. Keselowski battling Truex right now for 3rd. Lap car of Quint Houff might have gotten in the way. Update on NASCAR Mexico Series Season 8 races out of 15. 8 top 10s, 1 top 5. Dropped to 6th in points. Still consistent, though. Got that top 10 streak going. That's pretty impressive. A lot of lightning. Yes, indeed. Trishan Games, welcome to the stream as well. And these virtual fans are not taking shelter either. All down on the bottom of the track. Keselowski to the outside. Chase Elliott up to 4th after passing Martin Truex Jr. for position. Bell washed up the track right into Denny Hamlin, his teammate. Oh, Truex just gets into the left rear and he turns Bell. And into the wall goes Christopher Bell. Down goes the left front. Well, I guess he'll make his final stop of the day this time. Truex didn't check up. I mean, the AI doesn't check up in this game anyway, but started when Bell had made contact getting into the corner with Denny Hamlin. He got tight, and Truex just didn't check up behind it and ran right into the back of his teammate. And that's the second Joe Gibbs card. Now that is spun Christopher Bell today. Final pit stop of the day for Bell. He's trying to take it as long as he could. Oh, well. Restall Cup, welcome to the stream. What's happening with the sky? I don't know. The only answer I have to what's happening to the sky is NASCAR 21 ignition. That's all I got to say. I don't know what's going on. Why we can't just have a normal race. Even the races we won, we have not had a normal race. Okay, Pocono. Pocono was the only race we had normal. Almost a normal Coke 600. Almost, but not quite. The second Pocono race was a normal race. We actually went from start to finish clean. Not only no caution, but just I think we only hit the wall twice the entire race. It's a great race. Having thumbnail problems. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing the thumbnail for some reason. On my end, it actually shows it, but like on YouTube itself, I noticed it wasn't showing it. So I don't know what's going on there. I'll try to re-upload it again after, but I don't know why the thumbnail's not loading. That's just up to par with the stream. NASCAR 98 was flirting with disaster, playing during the race. Kind of reminds me of the EA Sports, on the Fight to the Top career mode when you do the showdown races and the music was always playing. I think it did it during test sessions too, if I remember right. No, it was a ticking noise during the test sessions, like tick, 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 tick. Got pretty annoying. I think music might have been playing too, though, on top of the ticking. A flat line to getting into turns 3 and 4. All clear, yeah. Timmy Hill's still there, but all right. Not quite half there. I'll show him for you. Maybe you just have to refresh the page. I don't know. Well, let's get the thumbnail showing for you. It's not the channel logo, though, right? Like, it's like a legitimate thumbnail. See? I told you we ricochet. I just wanted to prove my point there. Sorry, Quinn. I know it was in the middle of the corner, but the car underneath you doesn't go up the track. Like, only when you have stability help on is when you can, like, legitimately turn people in this game. You don't have stability help on, the car just slides everywhere as soon as you make contact, even when you're trying to wreck somebody. Showing you? What does that mean? It was Coca-Cola 600. Why? Why did it say that? I made a thumbnail for this race. I don't know why the Coke 600 would be on there. It did that with the, it had Dover on the Daytona one for whatever reason. And I went back in to change it out. And I couldn't, like, it had Daytona on there already, so I couldn't, like, change it. I don't know what's going on with YouTube on that end with my thumbnails. But yeah, it has been messing them up for the live streams over the last couple days. Not consistently over the last couple days, but some of the streams it has. It was a Coke 600. So it was showing for you, but it was the Coke 600. Yeah, that's definitely some thumbnail troubles. This is not the Coke 600. Well, the race is almost over. We have less than 30 laps to go. Probably closer to 20 to go, all things considered, with Bell being many laps down. Everybody else will have to pit one more time. Bell's good on fuel to the end of the race. Now we got a severely damaged car, but let's alternate through the different camera angles here. We haven't done that yet today. Meant to. See, Truex back to 5th. Actually, back to 6th now. He might be in the pits. I'm not entirely sure. If Larson is on the lead lap, though, can he catch Busch? If he's not on the lead lap, then Busch pretty much has this in the bag as long as he can stay out of an incident for the remainder of the race. We saw Tyler Reddick wreck from the lead in the Coke 600 yesterday. Then we saw Christopher Bell rather, wreck from the lead. Reddick is in third right now. So he is on the racetrack. Oh, he's up there. Bell got really loose into 3 somehow, and he ended up on the apron. And Keselowski pits that time. So Reddick is in second now. I don't think he is pit yet. And he is actually... Wow, Almirola on the outside. Oh, Bell just gets loose. Great save in 1 and 2. So much for catching up to Reddick. Oh, he just got cleaned out. Bell just got cleaned out by Austin Dillon. I had no clue he was even there. I think he was coming out of the pit lane, and he just turned into us. Oh, this glitch again. Why do we always get the glitch when we DNF and we get a caution, we can't see the finishing results? I'm not even going to bother going through this. I already know what's going to happen. I can close the application out. And we're going to finish the race. My goodness. Should have known we weren't going to make it to the end. That's the second race in a row now. We're just like within the final 20 to 30 laps of the race. About 20 to go here, considering how many laps down we were. We just get dumped. I got loose and spun out, but then when I was correcting it, we got dumped. Now I'm going to get copyrighted. I didn't realize I still had the game muted the entire time. I had to unmute that earlier. Oh well. Oh well. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we didn't lose any spots earlier, by the way, when we had gotten wrecked. Because we were the last car on the track. I believe. 27th might have been out on the track still. Well, there were some other cars out on the track. I don't know how they got back out there. They were out of the race, and then after the caution, like almost everybody was back in the race again. But they were so many laps down, they weren't going to catch us. Well, until that happened. Which I guess we would have actually technically finished 33rd. Well, you guys know the drill. 33rd place finish for Christopher Bell, so we're going to shorten the race up. I really hope one of the drivers that were at least around the leaders, or, you know, were the leaders in the top 5 or so, win this race. Kyle Busch would be the most deserving, but, you know, even if Larson won, Keselowski was up there, Truex was up there, and Chase Elliott. So if one of those 5 win the race, I guess Reddick too. If one of those 6 drivers win, then at least it would randomize the race winner. But that's just upsetting. What other games do you play else? I play a lot of sports games. I've pretty much only ventured into sports games, even like growing up and stuff. I don't play as many anymore. It's usually just NASCAR now, but mainly because of the channel. I don't have a lot of other time. I have other games I try to play. It's just so hard. All right. Let's get this race over with. Try to get a 33rd. If I can't finish 33rd, then oh well. I'll just put myself at 33rd. Well, Larson's not going to win this. He's at the back of the pack. Chase Elliott's not going to win it either. Also at the back of the pack. This is a giant wreck. They're going to try to get all the positions they can here. People are 69. Welcome to the stream. Is ignition not working? No. What's new? weird they're all basically single file right now. At the very beginning of the race, they were bunched together like this. They were mainly double file. Again, Bell has finished 33rd with his DNF in the late going of the Pennzoil 400. This is just to figure out the finishing order. Since the game had glitched out on us after we DNF'd and we couldn't actually see the finishing order. So Bell's going to drive up to 33rd and finish there. So who will get the win? Larson and Elliott, the big losers. They won't even have a chance to win this race. Wow, they're about to wreck, it looks like, 2x2 in the pack. I think Kyle Busch is in the middle of that 2x2 mess up there. And if he is, that means he's definitely not going to end up winning this either. Despite leading the most laps in the Pennzoil 400. Boy, Bell got into Chastain at the back of the pack. I don't think we're finishing 33rd. I mean, we will finish 33rd, but I don't think I can actually, like, drive up there. Too many cars to pass are double wide. If I go 3 wide, they're going to pinch me off. I'm going to wreck. I'll guarantee it. Final lap of the race. Who's going to bring home the checkered flag at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway? Will we have an 11 different winner? There's just nowhere to go. Southern Farms, welcome to the stream right at the end here. That's alright. We'll finish 33rd. I think we're going to end up 40th at the line anyway. Yep. Chastain's got the run on the high side. Oh, we might have gotten 39th. 33rd place finish for Christopher Bell, regardless. After the DNF. Here today at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, your race winner is Alex Bowman. I mean, he was running in the top 10 briefly today, but I think at the time of his DNFing, he was like 12th, 13th, 11th, somewhere around there. I believe he was just outside the top 10. But he is going to be the one that lucks into the randomization of the finishing order, and Alex Bowman will win at the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, locking himself into the playoffs. He's the 11th different winner now in the first 18 races of the season. His first win of the year. Matt DiBenedetto finishes second. Michael McDowell bounces back with a third-place run. William Byron's hot streak continues on the top 5, finishing 4th. And Denny Hamlin rounds out the top 5. So we still lose points to Hamlin. My goodness. Even when it looked like he DNF'd, then came back into the race, and then the game glitched. We finished 33rd. He finishes 5th. Cole Custer 6th. Austin Cindric, the rookie, finishes 7th. Another rookie, Chase Briscoe, finishes 8th. Kevin Harvick 9th. Tyler Reddick rounds out the top 10. And again, Christopher Bell with a 33rd place finish. Oh my goodness. My phone's dead, so I'm going to have to take screenshots of the finishing order on my laptop. At least give the crew chief hair. Oh, please, for the love of God, give him hair. Oh, my goodness. A lot of the mods on framing, even most of them I do not use. I lost what you were talking about. And there we go. All the screenshots are taken. Well, that's going to wrap things up here tonight. It was a long stream due to the hour and 15-minute roughly delay to the start, just the DNF in the end. I joked around about DNFing, but I also joked around, I'm like, watch this DNF like early in the race. We didn't DNF early. We had less than 20 laps to go. With all the laps down we were, but fortunately, 33rd place finish for Christopher Bell. The curse of the mile and a half continues. He's not finished better than 25th on a mile and a half so far this season, and he has not finished either of the first 3 mile and a halves. Well, tomorrow's not a mile and a half. It's a road course. Bell has 2 road course wins in the first 4 road course races of the season. So, yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow night, Charlotte Roval, NASCAR 21 Ignition Custom Schedule season. Road courses have been mostly good, so expecting, hopefully, pretty good race tomorrow. And hopefully we make it to the end. I will see you guys. Have a good rest of your Tuesday night. Enjoy. And I will be back better than ever with you guys again tomorrow.